Well, happy anniversary, boys. It's been 8 beautiful years. You're on Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Great to be in here with you this morning. Yeah, I'd say we were a little bit worse for wear after yesterday's game, but we are here. We're fired up. We've got some beautiful ladies in the studio. We wanted to do it big for our anniversary show. We got a couple of girls that we found yesterday that are willing to do what it takes to make it in the radio business. So we will see what happens this morning. We're bringing it back to 1993 radio, all right? Which is what we've kind of always wanted to do. But welcome in, everybody. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer, not our sound tech, by the way. I overheard yesterday. Guy walked up to the table. I was digging out of something in my bag, and he's like, hey, what's up? Paulie's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, so, what's going on? I was like, oh, we're just doing a broadcast for opening day. And he's like, so are you like the sound tech? And I'm under the table and I'm like this. I'm laughing between my legs. And Paulie goes, yeah, something like that. And just that was it. That was it. And I started dying laughing. So again, Paulie is he's not our sound tech. Paulie is our executive producer, and he always has been, and hopefully he always will be. Ben Higgins is the friendliest neighborhood sports anchor you could ever hope to meet, love, and work with. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you. All the tier ones who came up to me throughout the day yesterday. You were very kind. You were in a very good mood until after the game when not as many of you were in such a good mood, but it was still.
Did anybody mess with you after the game?
Yeah, were they messing with you?
Well, I don't know who they were, but when
Four Eyes? Hey, Chairman, why don't you get a haircut?
When we were broadcasting live from the Marriott downstairs after the game, and it was right as everyone was coming out because it was 4:00, top of the news. Game had just ended, so just constant streams of people, and there were a few may have been overserved slightly that wanted to get bad words on television. So I had to try to hide the microphone so it wouldn't pick up people walking by and screaming out at our live broadcast, unfortunately.
Have you gone back and listened to the audio?
I did not get a chance to listen to the audio to see what got picked up, but otherwise, yesterday was spectacular.
Let me introduce the ladies that we found in here. This is Vixen and Bambi. They are, where do you guys work? I'm just joking. It's our lovely wives, two of our lovely wives. There's my missus right here to my right. Hannah Jane Nancaro Woods. She is the owner-operator of Nancaro Realty Group. NRG moves you. A little plug for you. How are you? Why don't you get up on the mic? First timer here. I thought your dad was a broadcaster. Was he not?
Honestly, it's too early for this.
Okay.
Let her find you a house. Don't eat her.
Yes.
That should be your slogan.
Don't eat me.
Hannah, don't eat me.
Let me
represent you.
Let me find you a home. And the very lovely Megan Reindl. Dressed in green this morning. Good morning, my dear.
Hi, I'm here.
All right. Everyone's sounding good this morning and feeling great. Hello, I'm here. It's great. Happy to be here. I overindulged, and there is just no other way to look at it.
I saw it happening in real time during the show yesterday morning.
Once I get started, it's hard to shut the mother down. I was in such a great mood. The vibes were so good. Was so happy about the team. We got tequila flowing. I got my Santo tequila shirt on. I'm a big fan. I love Sammy Hagar. Guy Fieri's pretty cool, but I'm a Sammy Hagar guy. And guy gave me this shirt, and I put it on. I go, I love this shirt. Santo tequila is my new bit.
A guy gave you that.
A guy, yeah, not guy. So then we go to the tailgate after. And Corey Stewart's there, man, and he has got the sangria, and he is pouring it up. It is flowing, and let me tell you, this is like hooch. You drink it, and you're like, bro, tastes so good. Give me I'll just take another one, and then you're like, fill it up, man. Yeah, I'm great. Next thing you know, the world is spinning. You're happy, you're smiling, you're having the time of your life. Then the screwball shots come out. Then our boy Ben Varela, who we were at fantasy camp with. He goes, he's a lunatic, and I love him. He's like, come here, man. Talks real fast. Hey, come on over. Get a couple glasses. All right, yeah, what do you got? I brought this whistle
Don't
pig.
say nothing.
Just shut up, man. I got this whistle pig. Really, really nice rye.
Oof.
And he was like, get a glass. So he pours me a glass of whistle
I swear
pig.
he had it in the inside of a jacket.
Bro,
yes. Kind of flashing it
hey,
hey, you want some of this?
Y'all want some whistle pig? And he opens it up. and he pours me a vat of Whistle Pig. And so I'm like, down goes the Whistle Pig. And man, next thing you know, Hannah's like, we got to go. Let's go. We got to get to the game. I want to see the stuff. Yeah, right. So we did. We go in. And it was an interesting decision on my part, I thought. But I thought the timing for it was right. When Hannah's like, should we go to our seats? I go, let's go see what's cooking in the old Odyssey suite. And we went up to the Odyssey suite and we made ourselves at home.
It was a carnival.
It was a nest show. It really, really was a nest show. Now in the suite, I switched immediately to water. Immediately. I don't need them to send me a bill for 14 Coors Lights or something. So I just went right to water and we stayed, and we will get into the game and how horrifically disappointing it was. I was very disappointed. I will not be using one of my 10 chips today, though. Today is a day of celebration because for the last 8 years, this show has pretty much been on an upward trajectory, a rocket ride. The three of us together, of course, you guys, our wives, couldn't do it without you.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't have done it without you. In my case, certainly my wife forced me to do it. And it's just been an incredible run. And I was reminded by that yesterday with all the people that came up and told us how much our show means to them. And that means so much to me when I hear those comments. Those comments are what, it's not for your ego. It's for your edification that you're doing things the right way. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with, yes, praise me. It's thank you for listening and thank you for understanding what our point has been these last 8 years. And I got so many of those comments yesterday. It really made my day. I had 40 drinks. So I did get a little emotional in the suite talking about it. And then when the Randy Jones moment of silence happened, I was
that one got me.
I was gone.
All three of us, we were like just openly weeping
in there
when they did the Randy moment of silence, and then Marie and the girls going out to throw the first pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Padres put on a good show.
They did.
The game was not what we wanted, but the show was, maybe the best opening day I've ever been to. Weather was perfect.
Yep.
It was perfect.
Perfect. There was nothing you could complain about that day other than the baseball, which is what baseball does to you sometimes. But everything else was just ideal. I loved it.
It was amazing. Jennifer, happy birthday to your son, Caleb. He turns 25 today. Jax SDSU says, this show saved my life. Now that is, you get comments like that, it makes your day. And I'm glad you're here, Jax, with us this morning. But yeah, man, we're just going to have some fun today and celebrate and think about some of the old days. And I had everyone in here look in their phones for what's the date today? It's March 27th, 2018. And we pulled some pictures from that day. It was our very first show. It's funny, we don't have a picture of us in the studio on our first show, probably because we didn't think it was going to last. So we're like, why would we take a bunch of promo pictures?
Sweet Bo.
The first, you got the pic. That's my son Bo on the day we started this show.
That's how I met Bo.
Yeah. That's how old he was. Oh my God. Benny and I, that was first week probably.
That was early on.
Portly Ben, Portly Woods.
Pre-SD fat loss. Remember when I had to wear a tuxedo all week?
Yeah, he did. Well, you didn't have to.
That was like the second month of the show.
You decided that.
Oh my God.
You decided that it would be fun for a brand new show to engage in plugola right out of the chute. He was literally breaking the law.
It was a bit.
And I remember him coming to us, Paulie, and going, hey, so these guys gave me a tuxedo.
Yeah. J&D Custom Clothiers.
And he said, I told them I would wear it on the show. I go, that's illegal. You can't do that. And he goes, well, I already told him I would. I go, but I looked at him and I go, what's the bit? And he goes, well, what do you mean? I'm just going to wear a tuxedo. And we weren't on camera then. I go, why does anyone care? I go, you're literally just doing this because they gave it to you. You are lucky you're not in prison right now. Like you should be in jail. You should just be getting out of jail right now. And Paulie and I should have been running this show for the last 8 years.
I could just donate it to charity. It's fine.
Yeah. What is the stat? I think it's 7 years, so I think
Oh,
you're
good
good.
enough.
Clear
I don't
today.
think
Thank
you
you.
can be prosecuted by the FCC.
We can finally celebrate it today.
Paulie,
None of us was that worried about what the future of our show was going to be at that point, though. Let's just
That's true.
get whatever we can out of this show for a few months, and it's probably going to be gone.
it was blatant plugola.
I mean, it makes
Like,
a lot of sense years down the line.
Yes.
Dude was so pumped
Yeah,
to get
we're-
a free
Now
touch.
that you
Oh,
get to
yeah.
know him,
Now you know
you're
him.
like, it makes a lot of sense.
I'm like, Paulie, in my mind, I go, well, what else has he been
I never need a
plugola
tuxedo at all
Never.
for anything.
Never.
Never get to use it.
And, I just remember, I remember walking into an entirely new arena for me with two absolute strangers at that point. I think the funny thing is I think how long after our very first meeting when we had the beer together did we start the show? Wasn't it just a couple of days?
Yeah, less than
I
a
think,
week.
I think we met on a Wednesday and maybe we started.
I think we started on a Wednesday.
Okay, so we
Maybe
probably
the
met.
Thursday, the previous
Like that Thursday or
yeah.
Friday.
We spent some time over the weekend talking and
I remember it
getting to
was-
know each other.
That Friday, heading into the weekend before our show started, I did not know Woods.
Yeah.
And I had been working with Ben for daily for a few months. And I had seen, we'd worked a couple of times off and on here and there, but I had never met Woods. I followed him on Twitter at some point. He was the guy that just kept retweeting Yankees crap into my
But
timeline.
honestly, what did you think of him?
That's a little like that was. I was like, this guy loves baseball, and that was it.
But
I didn't.
compared to like
we
the
never
other
interacted.
crazy ones you've met.
Well, see, and I knew about Paul because he worked with my ex-partner for a very, 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 very short time. Like 4 shows, and that was the end of that run. So they were a little reluctant to hire a guy that wasn't a sports guy.
But you DM'd me and you just said, "Hey, we should chat soon."
Yep.
And I go, "What the hell is that about?" And I go, "Well, I guess this is the new morning show. Let's see what happens."
Yeah, and sure enough, man, we met. I had Paulie literally first night on the phone. I remember where I was. I was talking to him. I go, look, I'm going to send you a bunch of music. Download it. Music's going to be a very important part of this show. We're going to have songs that we come back to, and nobody's doing this, and let's do this, and let's do that. And man, it just, for whatever reason, we get in the room, and I remember it being tough. Day 1, day 5, day 12, it was tough. But after a
You
while,
had a special rough time at the start.
I did.
Adjusting.
I really
you
had a
were
hard time.
trying to change yourself.
Yeah, you were trying to be somebody you
to
weren't.
fit into the
Correct.
show.
Well, and also don't forget, I had a brand new baby that didn't sleep at all, ever. He was colicky. I was in hell. And I remember getting in pretty gnarly arguments with Hannah here because she'd be like, I need you to do this. And I'm like, you don't understand. Alcorn State is playing a football game. I need to watch it. And she's like, and I go, I cannot walk in there tomorrow without having watched this basketball game. She said, but you don't even like basketball. And I go, I know, but I feel like a poser. I have to do this. I have to go all the way. So please let me watch these games. And I remember us getting in huge fights about it. And, then all of a sudden it clicked and I go, all right, just be yourself. Stop. Being yourself is the easiest thing to remember. Just go be you. And if it works, it works. If
And
it
you have
doesn't,
Ben
it
to
doesn't.
watch the games for
And
you.
then I realized my man here was like, "Oh, don't worry, I watch 77 games a day. I can handle that. You just handle the color and let's have some fun." And I'm like, "Oh, I can just be me." And then Paulie, of course, like Paulie and I work so closely together. The first well, we always have, but the first 6-8 weeks of the show, we were grinding every day. I'm like, all right, let's do this and this sound and blah, blah, blah. And then once we started celebrating all of our mistakes is when we took our show kind of the next level. We got to know each other and we did some bonding things early on. It was really important. So I've had such a great time. And the audience, obviously we say it all the time, the best in the business. It's not even close.
No, I agree 100%.
Obviously, we have a lot of support from our families
Yeah,
as well.
lots.
And with that in mind, I want to go to line 1 here and say good morning to one Gary Woods. Hello, Gary.
Hi, Dad.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are
and
you?
ladies? I'm well.
Hi, Dad.
How are you?
We're doing good. How you feeling? Everything good?
Everything good. As Bo would say, I'm being a community helper today.
Attaboy. Yeah, he's a community helper.
But wanted to wish you three and Hannah and
Megan, it's okay.
Megan and Shell super, super happy anniversary. You guys, I'm so proud of you, and been a tier 1 from day one, and love the show, always will, and be a constant listener.
Thank you, Papa.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Love you, man.
We'll get you a nice certificate for community helper.
Ben could probably get you a tuxedo if you want.
Well, we know Gary. He'll say yes.
He knows
We're
the guy.
from the same
yes,
cloth.
yes, you are.
Yeah, for sure.
You are.
I can sign something that says tier 1 for life if you like.
Done. That's easy. That's easy. We love you, Pops. Talk to you soon.
Love you too. Happy anniversary.
Gary.
Thank you, Dad.
Bye, Dad.
That poor sap has taken both of my kids in July for a week. Again, both of our kids get back today. They've been gone for a week. I'm really ready to see them. You're going to be leaving early to pick them up. And then I'll get home and they'll be there waiting. So excited. I've been with them in a week. I'm losing my mind. That'll last probably 30 minutes. Be like, you guys want to go back to your grandparents? Or, but no, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I wanted to ask, did anyone try any of the new food items at Petco Park?
Yes, I did.
That's
I
just
tried
Woods.
the pretzel bites, the churro pretzel
The
bites.
churro, the little mini pretzel nuggets with churro powder
They
on them.
were delicious.
Oh,
they were
nice.
delicious.
They
And
give you like, was it what do you get with it for like a
Like
dip,
that
like
dipping
a frosting
sauce?
or
Yeah,
something?
it's like frosting with
Yeah.
a little bit of cinnamon in it. It was so dank.
so don't say dank, number one. Number two,
It sounds dank though.
so she
A sense and didn't say
we're walking down the street. She took them out, by the way, which I didn't know you could take food out.
Sure you can.
You can.
I know. He
Yeah.
goes, stop.
Stop,
You're not
stop.
allowed to take those out. I'm like,
You can
what?
even take food in. That's actually one of the things you can take in and out of Petco Park.
And
So
why wouldn't you be able to?
I don't know, because everywhere I've ever been, it's
Not
hey,
a
finish
beer.
that before you leave, right?
Everywhere. You can't take alcohol out.
All
but
right.
You can take everything
Finish
else.
that before you finish those pretzel bites before you go.
We can't have
Have those
pretzel
out
bites
on the
on the streets of San Diego. My
Oh,
goodness
no.
gracious.
Well, I'm walking, and she's just housing these things. That's what house. I didn't get one bite.
No.
She just housed them, and then I go, "You done?" And she goes, "Yeah." I go, "Did you finish?" She goes, "No, I saved one and threw it away. Just one." She threw one away. She didn't want to be a glutton. I had such a great time yesterday, though, man. I really did. And again, for them to come out and they really let the air out of the balloon very early, very early. And
They did.
now that I sit here and think about it, I go, you know what? Better than doing it in the 8th. Just do it, get it over with. The air came out pretty quick at Petco Park yesterday, but man, Petco showed up. The Padres fans showed up. They always do. They were loud. They were proud. It was a beautiful day, regardless. Just one L.
Just one L, and we can start talking about it when we come back. There's certainly some things to break down. I know people are concerned, especially about the pitching performance of Nick Pivetta, but we will talk about all of that in the first day of the baseball season, which is a rite of passage every spring that we tremendously enjoy on this program. We will get to that. We'll set the menu for our anniversary edition. We got some guests coming up on the show today. We're all a little tired. Maybe hungover, as you probably are as well out there, San Diego. If I have
You went hard yesterday.
any judge of what San
Oh my
Diego was
gosh.
up to, so let's
You went hard.
Let's all speak somewhat quietly this morning. Hushed tones, and just get through this and get to our weekend here with Ben and Woods. Get our first check of traffic on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We'll be right back. First, though, I want to tell you about my friends at Trajan Wealth. David from Trajan Wealth was with us in the Odyssey Suite at the game yesterday. Always good to see him. He has really helped me dial in my retirement plan, of which I didn't really have much of a retirement plan, but now I do. Thanks to Trajan Wealth. They can help you navigate all things like market swings, inflation, healthcare costs. Not do it on your own. It can be so overwhelming, especially with everything changing so fast. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors take the time to understand your goals, your risk tolerance, and your timeline. They're independent, so they're not locked into one product or one approach. Everything is customized. Trajan Wealth local offices in Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, and they work with people who want confidence and not constant worry. So if you've got an old 401k or investments you haven't looked at in years, this is the nudge you need. Call 619-367-0207. 619-367-0207, or just go online to TRAJANwealth.com. Again, everything begins at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth, Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey player, this is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben and Wood celebrating our 8th anniversary on the air together here in San Diego. Not all at the same station. It took a while before we made it here to Odyssey and 97.3 The Fan. But when we did, we got to meet John Flint from John and Tammy down the hall.
That's what that lead-up was for?
That was. I have to segue somehow, John, to everything. But Johnny
can't not.
Johnny here on Friday to celebrate our anniversary. He's brought bubbly. He's got the bubbly.
I love you guys.
He wants to pop the cork on the air. Nicely
Oh.
done. It's not spraying everywhere. Do we not have glasses? No champagne flutes. We're just passing this around like
I've got hints of almond in there. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
hints
the
of
finest
almond.
almonds California
Actually
can muster.
delicious.
It's actually really. That's like the.
What are we, high school kids
like the
behind,
best.
behind the stadium
Oh, man.
passing
This is
around
awesome.
one bottle of champagne
This is
to
awesome.
everybody?
Hey guys, happy anniversary.
Love you, Johnny. Thank you, buddy.
Johnny.
Appreciate it. That's really
I
good.
need,
that is
I
delicious.
need fancy champagne flutes.
No,
I need
flute
Just drink it.
Take it to the dome.
Wilson Creek goes right to the dome.
Mm,
delicious.
She is actually quite good.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I'm just kidding. Oh, it feels good.
Thank you, Johnny.
Hair of the dog.
Here's what we've got coming up on a Friday edition of Ben and Woods, a Friar Friday, our first management report of the season. But before we get to that, our friend Darren Smith is going to join us coming up at 7:35, break down game one of the season. And, of course, we'll talk a little SDFC as well with Darren coming up at 7:35. And then at 8:35, our first manager's report of the season with Craig Stammen, one game in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hold his feet to the fire.
man.
Is he on the hot seat already? Craig Stammen will join us, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It is better.
Does
and we
he
will
take this job seriously? That's
Yeah,
all I want to know.
yeah. Is he taking it seriously?
saw
enough?
someone tweet, Bud Black will be the manager within a month or something.
Ooh,
He's already
God.
waiting in the wings to replace Craig Stammen. Craig Stammen, I don't think did anything wrong in the game yesterday. Did you see anything that Craig Stammen did wrong in the game yesterday?
In hindsight?
Even in hindsight, yeah.
Yeah, just put more righties in there when you have them. That's what I would have
All
done.
right, we'll talk about it.
How'd the lefties do?
Not well. 0 for 11, I believe. The
Yikes.
three lefties in the
You
lineup.
asked me about hindsight.
But would you, in hindsight,
hindsight,
in
yes.
hindsight, would
Yes,
you have benched Jackson Merrill for the opening day of the season? And
Yes.
Jake Cronenworth for
Yes,
opening day?
For Bryce Johnson and Nick Castellanos.
And Ty France
And
for
Ty
Jake
France
Cronenworth?
for Jake
You could have
Cronenworth.
gone all righties
9
against Derek
righties.
Skubal.
Why not?
But then they're the ones who come out when they introduce the lineups
Could
and
you-
everything for the first game of the season.
Could you imagine? Well, see, listen, you let the pomp and circumstance get involved of trying to win a baseball game, right? Can you imagine Jackson Merrill? He shows up day one. They're like, going to give you a blow today. Skubal on that. He said, what? Are you me? You're benching me? It would have been, no, you can't do it. Obviously, I'm joking. But yeah, listen, Tarek Skubal's nasty. It doesn't really matter what you throw out there. He's in a streak yesterday of what, 12, 13 in a row. He sat down. You know, they hit him a little bit early. But at that point, they're down 4 runs, you know, and a couple bright spots we'll talk about. Xander being one of them. Bradley Rodriguez being another one. Ramon Laureano being another one. There's some, you know, listen, it's Tarek Skubal. It's opening day. You spot him a 4-run first. You can't crawl out of that hole against that guy. You just can't.
I mean, I felt it like, yeah, this game's probably over when it was 4-0 in the top of the first inning.
And then when it was 8-0 in the top of the third or whatever, it was like, all right, let's take it to the house. I mean, you know, it was terrible.
But, you know, that's why they haven't even lost the series yet. They've got 2 more against the Detroit Tigers. We'll talk about it. 9 o'clock hour, Reindl Report. We also have a couple of pairs of Bob Dylan tickets to give away. So we'll give away one in the first half of the show, one in the second half of the show. Your opportunity to win. He's coming to the Rady Shell on June 21st. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. But I think everyone waiting for our first crap-up of the season.
Yep.
See what Paulie has put together for us, the highlights and lowlights of the Padres' 8-2 loss to the Detroit Tigers, and we will get to the first Padres Crap-Up right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A couple of problems to mention here. One of them is the stalled vehicle partially blocking the Briarwood Road exit off of westbound 54, and a 2-vehicle accident on northbound 15 right at the westbound 52 connector ramp. It's in the center divide. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car, no appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danik with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres Crap-Up with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
Nick is ready. Here's the pitch. Torkelson takes up and in, ball 4. The third walk of the inning. This one will plate Gleyber Torres, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead. Here is McGonigal, first major league at bat, and he rips it into right field, a base hit. Keith has scored. Right behind him, Riley Green. And in his first major league at bat, it'll be a 2-run double for Kevin McGonigal, and the Tigers now lead it 3-0. Dingler swings, grounds it right through the left side, a base hit. Torkelson will score. They will hold McGonigal as Laureano's strong throw comes into Manny to the left of the mound. RBI single, Dylan Dingler. It is now 4-0. And a couple of very hard-hit balls against Nick Pivetta after the walks. First pitch is popped up shallow left center field. That will dump down. It's going to get at least one run home. McGonigal's going to try the throw, the relay, not in time. A bloop 2-run single for Parker Meadows. It's 6-0, and McGonigal got a great read at second base. 2-2, Dingler swings, hits it in the air to deep left field. Laureano's back. He will watch this one. Gonna go. First home run of the season here at Petco Park, a 2-run shot for Dylan Dingler, and it is 8-0 Detroit here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Xander hits it hard on the ground and fair up the third baseline. That's going to roll all the way towards the left field corner. Fernando is wheeling around third base. He's going to come in and score. It's an RBI double for Xander Bogaerts, and the Padres have their first run of 2026. This one in the air, deep to left field. Ramon Laureano, forget it. Taking aim at the Western Metal Building. And the first Padre home run of 2026 belongs to Razor Ramon. It's 8-2. Cronenworth waiting in the left-handed box. Vest is ready, and the pitch. Jake swings and misses, strike 3. And a strikeout to end a 1-2-3 ninth inning as Will Vest buttons this one up. And the Tigers beat the Padres 8-2 on opening day behind 6 dominant innings from Tarek Skubal.
Probably just the opening day overexcitement, and first game back is always a tough one for every pitcher. And when you get tasked with pitching opening day for the first time, there's just a lot of emotions that go with it. And it wasn't his best day today, but he'll be good for us the rest of the season.
All right. Well, there it is. Paulie, excellent work with some great new additions to the Crap-Up. Work on the Crap-Up, I guess, this weekend. Won't need it today, or hopefully these guys
Glad I didn't break my back,
Bro, yes. What if you had put in an hour on the Crap-Up and it just sits there? But, man, it stunk. And walking in runs in the big leagues in the first inning with your opening day starter, not okay. Not okay, not ideal. That's what happens in Bo's league. They walk in runs in the first inning with their best pitcher. And like you mentioned earlier, well, great, man. He gets the first guy he faces yesterday. None of those pitches were close. He was amped, and the leadoff hitter was amped.
Kerry
Carpenter swinging at everything. And then after that, just couldn't find the zone, man.
He called it, Nick Pivetta after the game said, felt disjointed, just couldn't. Even when Ruben Niebla came out in the first inning, like, hey, dude, you're good. Get back, do this, you're fine. Then went out and walked the next guy on 4 pitches. You rarely see that when Ruben makes a mound visit. Usually that locks guys in, at least for a little bit. Now, Nick Pivetta still had his swing and miss stuff. He struck out the side in the first inning. He's got good movement. He's got, the good fastball, the good breaking ball, which ultimately I think will mean that Nick Pivetta is going to be okay.
Yeah.
But what truly makes pitchers effective in the big leagues, and Tarek Skubal is the prime example, is you work ahead in counts. You get guys 0-1, you get guys on their heels, and if this guy can't throw a strike, it makes it so much easier. So, he walks the first run into the game, and Kevin McGonigal comes up for his first major league at bat. And you've got to feel like in that moment, kid's got to be pretty nervous. It seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, but one of the youngest players, maybe the youngest player in baseball, certainly on the Tigers roster at this point. But he can go in going, this guy absolutely needs to throw a strike.
He's going to throw a strike to a rookie.
It's a rookie.
My first AB.
He probably thinks I'm going to take here because it's my first at-bat. So he's going, I'm going to look inside fastball.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to turn on it if I see it. Yep. And he did. I mean, what a great plan going up to the plate by a rookie in his very first game in Kevin McGonigal.
It's next level thinking. And again, this isn't high school ball where, man, you never swing at the first pitch after a guy's thrown 4 straight or whatever. In the pros, and knowing full well, I'm a rookie. He knows I'm going to go up there and see one. My first AB, he knows I'm not going to hack first pitch, and he got ambushed. And it was a really good approach by a really good young player who had himself quite an afternoon yesterday. What's that? You want to turn your mic on?
Talk up the value of your card.
I think Kevin McGonigal. I think his play.
Did you go home and sell one of your Kevin McGonigal cards yesterday?
I just heard his name echoing in my head when we got home.
All I
shouting about.
All I did was go home and just lightly finger all the cards that I have of him.
Kevin McGonigal wasn't the only rookie yesterday. There was a ton of them that had big games. J.J. Weatherholt homered for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ring the bell. Hey, thank you. Yep.
Benj with the Mets.
Benj hit a Met. Benji or Benj?
Benj
hit a bomb.
There were a couple other guys who did some good stuff on their first games yesterday on the big league level. So some of those young kids coming through, but none bigger than McGonigal, who went 4 for 5 with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI in his major league debut. A little unlucky for Nick Pivetta in that third inning as a blooper falls in, but you keep walking, guys.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. That's, Tarek Skubal's got great stuff, but what makes Tarek Skubal so effective, he's got the lowest walk rate in baseball.
Yeah.
He does not walk guys. He does not put himself into bad situations. Padres had a chance in the first inning, got a couple of hits off of him because everybody's going to give up hits, but he didn't compound the problem by walking anybody on base. Yep. And then, had a lefty come up in Jackson Merrill and got a change up in there. Jackson was overwhelmed in a lefty-lefty matchup. And then you got a hard ball to the shortstop or second baseman. But that was it for the inning. Padres were unable to capitalize. And once you felt like that, you thought maybe if they got 1 or 2 in the first inning back, it could be a game again. Once they didn't get any back, you knew it was probably going to be a long day, that Tarek Skubal was going to settle in and probably go 6 innings, maybe, shut out, maybe 1 run, ended up giving up the 1 run on the Xander Bogaerts RBI double, but you cannot put yourself in those kind of situations.
Yeah, tough day for Jackson in the cleanup spot yesterday. 0 for 4, 3 punchies, and tough day for the offense. Again against the Cy Young, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, Benjamin. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. So that's how we're going to start the year. 0 for 6, RISP, left 7 men on base. And again, our pitcher walked guys, their pitcher didn't. He was in dominant counts. I mean, he just pounded the zone yesterday. It went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, not earned, 6 strikeouts. So nice day for Cy Young.
Yeah, but I like the way that Xander swung the bat. Yep. Obviously was very good. Fernando had a hit. Manny got a hit early, which was good to see. Ramon Laureano, of course, hit the home run. So you had some right-handers doing some good things. Yeah. And then, pitching-wise, out of the bullpen, Ron Marinaccio, came in and gave up the 2-run home run, but gave you a couple of innings. You needed that from him.
Those innings.
And then the guys at the back end of your bullpen were really good, especially, as you mentioned, Bradley Rodriguez. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, efficient, 20 pitches in those 2 innings. Really good. And then David Morgan and Wandy Peralta, each with a scoreless inning to wrap it up.
I thought that was important to get Bradley in yesterday, and in a bit of a soft landing spot. I know he pitched last year, but make the team for the first time out of spring training, and you're a part of that bullpen. Just, hey man, go out there and let's see what you got. Wandy, of course, was elite because Wandy is always elite. But yeah, I mean, not too many bright spots. Xander hitting the ball hard was a real nice one. Yesterday for Padres fans to see him, no bleeder, no ass out bleeders out there. He smoked the ball 3 times, I think. So
over 105 miles per hour on the exit velocity on all 3 of his at bats against Tarek Skubal. That's impressive.
Let me ask you guys this question: the tier 1s too. Is Ramon Laureano hitting in the 7th, 8th, and 9th spot going to be a problem for this team, when he seems to be the guy that really puts together good ABs. He's got pop. You know what I mean? Like,
we don't know that he's going to hit in the 7, 8, and 9 slot, though. Based on Craig Stammen, he could be hitting third today.
Correct. I have
no idea.
I have no idea. But what I'm saying is, wouldn't we all like to see him near the top? This kind of happened to him last year, where it's like, yeah, throw him in the 7. And it's like, man, he's a pretty good hitter. He gets on base a lot. Like, he can hit righties, he can hit lefties, I think. And you know, do we really want to have a really good OB? I mean, I understand you need to have a balanced lineup. Having a balanced lineup is elite. And if you have a guy that good in the 7 hole, fine. As long as the guys at the top are doing their job. But switch him and Merrill yesterday. Does that look like a different game to you guys?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to, that's a lot of righties in a row, and then you've got a bunch of lefties then at the bottom of the order, which is
there was
like
a guy,
an easy lane for Scooble.
There was a guy that started 6 lefties in a row at Johnson City. They won the championship. So
when was that?
It's a while ago.
I mean, I don't think that would be good lineup construction.
6 lefties in a row?
To do
what if you win a championship?
5, 4, 6 righties in a row, then 3 lefties in a row at the bottom of the order.
Why not?
Because that makes you very vulnerable to, you know, bullpen matchups late in the game. Obviously, you can use pinch hitters if you need to late in the game, but that is generally not how baseball has been done for many, many years. You know, if you've got lefties in the lineup, you do want to mix them in occasionally so you don't lead to those long lanes of one side or the other that makes you're really vulnerable to the other team's bullpen.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about their bullpen. I'm worried about Tarek Skubal.
Well, again, as we said earlier, had this been, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks when you faced Tarek Skubal,
I love how mad we're getting about the first. I'm not using my chip though today. I'm just asking the question.
You might have given Jackson Merrill the day off. You might have given Jay Cronenworth and Gavin Sheets the day off. If this is 3 weeks in and you're facing Tarek Skubal and like, hey, you guys have been going on a good run the last couple of weeks. Let's get you a day off against a tough lefty, and we'll just get all of our righties in there, and we'll give Ty France a start. We'll give Bryce Johnson a start. We'll give Nick Castellanos and Miguel Andujar a start, but it was opening day.
Yeah, opening day. I get it.
And I don't think as a new manager, I don't really think if you're, you know, Tony La Russa on opening day, you're just going
matchups.
We got to go matchups. It's opening day. You're going to start your starters on opening day. Whether you like it or not, it is an important milestone for those guys.
I get it.
You know, it's in
I'm
their
half
careers.
kidding. I'm half kidding. I'm half not. It's up to you to decide which one. So I don't know. I mean, he's Ramon Laureano continues to be a productive hitter for this team, and I feel confident when he hits. And I would like to see him maybe a little bit earlier. We went through this last year. You know, imagine last year putting Laureano where Arise hit and putting Arise where Laureano hit. How's that look? Looks pretty damn good to me. Now, I know it's easy.
3-time batting champ.
I know it's easy for us to say now that it's already over and we've seen all the evidence, but the evidence was there 3/4 of the way through the season, you know, of this is the worst 2-hole hitter in baseball, and it's not particularly close. This guy has a 475 OBP, and he's hitting in the 7-hole. So Craig did say, and we will hold him at his word, he's going to mix it up. So I expect it today to look a little different.
Yeah, B. Wilson says, well, Ben, should we see Crony and Sheets get a day off against the lefty tonight since it's not opening day? I would be shocked if Castellanos isn't in the lineup 100%. And maybe Sheets isn't off today. As for Crony, I don't know. I mean,
he's an everyday second
I think he's
baseman.
an everyday guy, so he may be in there, but I bet they will look at some of the analytical data as to, you know, who they think is going to be the best guys to attack Framber Valdez, and will make their lineup accordingly. I don't think it'll look anything like yesterday's lineup.
And again,
I think today's lineup is going to be very different, and tomorrow's lineup against a righty will be extremely different than the first 2 days.
And again, you know, if Nick Pivetta comes out and gives up 1 in the first, it's a whole nother ball game. I mean, those guys were going to be asked to come back from down 4 runs in the first inning at home on opening day against Tarek Skubal. He put him in a really bad spot. Nicky P's got to pitch much better, as Tyler said, regardless of who's in the lineup. You just have to. You cannot be walking in runs, man, on day one. It just can't happen. See how far they can hit it, bro. It really any day. Yeah, any day. Yeah. It can't happen, man. You cannot put that much traffic on the base without them earning it.
Had some other Padres news that we can get to, including Joe Musgrove back throwing again.
That's excellent news.
According to Craig Stammen yesterday. Now, not Not like fully off a mound or anything, just throwing.
But it had been a while.
But that's a positive sign. Yeah, it had been back since early March. So we were going on over 3 weeks since Joe had really done anything. They said they will see. I think A.J. Preller said, next 7 to 10 days, you see how he bounces back just from throwing. And if it goes well, then they'll start ramping him up with a couple of mound sessions, then a couple of minor league rehab starts. And hopefully, Joe can join the starting rotation in a few weeks here, and they're not looking at something that's going to linger into the middle of the season. But again, they keep using those words. You want to be extra cautious early in the year. You want to have Joe available down the stretch, not as much in April. But you don't really know yet, how long it's going to take Joe to get fully ramped up for the season, depending on what happens over the next few days.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be really careful with him, man. You really will. And again, we don't really need him now. He's most important in July, August, September, I would imagine.
He did
depending on how we do.
He did get another MRI, they said.
Good.
Which a couple of weeks ago that didn't show anything of concern, other than he's had Tommy John surgery, which you're going to see that in an elbow. But doctor said we don't see anything particularly wrong. This is just the normal difficulty in start and stopping when you're coming off a major surgery and getting going again. So I think that's got to be somewhat encouraging news for the San Diego Padres, because I think we were all kind of nervous about what it's going to look like. Joe's so important. The ovation that he got when they introduced the starting pitchers out in the bullpen, one of my favorite moments of opening day yesterday, just knowing that, I hope and expect him to be a part of the team this year. It was tough going all year last year without Joe Musgrove. Don't want that to keep lingering, deep into the season. Would love to see Joe, hopefully sometime, like in May would be fantastic.
I agree with you.
I wanted to switch it up here. As we are looking back on 8 years as a show today throughout the morning, you heard a little snippet in the opening to the Crap-Up.
Yeah.
I thought it was appropriate if we just went back and revisited. Now, this was here at 97.3.
Yep.
I don't know, a week in, 2
about a
weeks
week
in. You had Woodsy had an endorsement, an appearance out at Vaughn's up in North County.
Yeah, for Dietz and Watson.
That's right. Dietz and Watson was a big player on the Ben and Woods show early on.
Dietz nuts, remember that?
And so you're standing out front, like where the shopping carts are.
Yep.
In front of the Vaughns,
yeah,
and
just
this stranger
table.
just walks up to you.
Yeah, this beautiful man.
I don't care if I never come back. So it's root for the Padres. It's a shame if they lose. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
That is in the That is in the alley, like the covered area where the carts are, and he just full Nathan Lane.
That's who I picture. I wasn't there, so I didn't see him, but every time in my mind, I picture Nathan Lane from like the Birdcage or
just
singing in the Lion King. That's Nathan Lane's voice that I hear
every time now. And it's been 8 years, it's been 6 years, 7 years, whatever. Every time I'm at a ball game, I sing, "It's a shame if they lose."
I
can't remember the real words. It's just incredible.
If they don't win, it's a shame.
Because you can hear it in his brain.
Hear in his brain when he is struggling for the words.
I don't care if I never come back. So it's root for the Padres. It's a shame if they lose.
So
because lose doesn't rhyme with game.
No, it does not.
It's supposed to. Shame,
correct,
rhymes with game at the end of the song. So he was already in a bad spot there.
Doing a radio remote is not the most exciting thing on the planet. When you just go out and you stand at the table, you're not broadcasting. You're just standing, and no one really knows who you are, and they all just they do the walk up and they just start like poking around on the table. What's this? What are we doing here? I'm like, and then you have to give the whole spiel. So what I started doing after a while was, how you doing? We're giving away movie tickets. You want some? All right, here you go. Take it, beat it. Now go inside, leave me alone. I don't feel like giving the spiel anymore. But that guy, he walked up and you could tell, like, he's looking around and he's like, oh, baseball. I love baseball.
This is my big break.
This is my, again, if anybody knows that man.
So it's root for the
Send him here.
Padres.
I want him singing our Christmas and holiday extravaganza songs because I know he'd knock it out of the park.
Ball game.
So good.
Perfect segue though, Paulie, because that's an origin of one of our drops on the show. And when we come back, we will announce the winner of the 7th annual Ben and Woods Tournament of Drops. Hour number 2 on our 8th anniversary next on The Fan. AJ Preller also talked about Yu Darvish a little bit yesterday. Just some very high praise for the kind of person that Yu is, discussing what it means for him to go onto the restricted list this season. We talked about it earlier this week when, really yesterday was kind of when the news dropped about Yu Darvish, and AJ confirmed that he's pretty much going to be on the restricted list all season long. Not going to get paid in 2026, and then they will reevaluate in 2027 based on how Yu Darvish feels going forward and what he wants his next steps to be, based on how his arm recovers from the Tommy John surgery.
And again, that was a decision Darvish made on his own, right? He did not have to do that. He's
Correct.
under contract and he's hurt. He could have taken every dollar
He's entitled
this season.
He's entitled to every dollar.
Because you don't typically see guys do that.
No, you really
almost. I can't actually think of another one.
Can you?
I don't think so. I mean, other than Yu Darvish, who did it a couple of years ago when, for personal reasons, left the team. And the Padres were very willing to pay him, and he said no. And I'm sure they, expected to probably have to pay him this time around. Now, you will be around early in the day sometimes, Yu Darvish, to continue using some of the Padres facilities for rehab, which he's allowed to do.
Okay.
I don't believe once 2 hours before the game or whatever.
He's got to bounce.
I think he's got to leave.
That's so sad, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it's like a suspension?
If you're on the restricted list, you just can't. You're not on the 40-man. You can't be. It's like in Moneyball when they go, I can't have too many guys in the locker room if you're not on the roster. So
I guess you don't want a bunch of injured dudes. Yu Darvish.
I was gonna say Yu Darvish. I think you make an exception.
If you're on the injured list, you can be there. On the restricted list, you can't necessarily be there. But he will still be. A lot of stuff happens long before the game, so he'll still see some of his teammates. But he also wants to spend time with family
and give them their you don't want to be lurking around.
The sense I got from AJ Preller is he does not want to be locked into the Padres rehab plan. Like the team doctor, all right, Monday you're here for 6 hours doing this, and Tuesday this and that. He wants to be a little more on his own and have some freedom to pursue what he wants to do. And he felt like the way to do that, the right thing to do is to just go on the restricted list. And then the Padres really can't say, well, you have to do this. No, I don't have to do anything because you're not paying me this year. It gives him freedom and flexibility. Yeah. And obviously it does save the Padres his salary for this season. But AJ also said, this is not unexpected. We've been planning with this all off season for you. So we have already, not necessarily, he didn't say we have already spent that money, but it's definitely accounted for in what the Padres were planning. This is not found surprise. Oh, we've now got instantly $15 million more to spend than we thought we did last year.
Boy, a lot of hot takes were flying in about Yu Darvish a couple of months ago, weren't they? Just flying around on Instagram and Twitter. And boy, enjoy that S sandwich now. You know what I mean? Take it, eat it, swallow it, because Yu Darvish, as they said in the chat just now, one of one. That is a one-of-one human being right there, and did not have to do that. Did not have to let them off the hook. No, damn well I wouldn't be letting anybody off the hook. and really, frankly, he shouldn't have either. But that was his decision, and he made it. And I certainly appreciate that from him. And I think it's a very classy move, but I don't think it's a move that he had to make at all. We've seen it. We see it all the time in baseball. Like, nah, I'm not playing, but you're going to pay me every single dime that we committed. You and I you handed me this contract. I did not bring you this contract.
We mutually
agreed on this guaranteed deal. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I got hurt on the job, right? So enjoy those S sandwiches. You deserve them, because Yu Darvish is an absolute G, man. Just a stud.
I mean, they could use a healthy Yu Darvish this year.
Sure.
With Nick Pivetta, as rough as the first outing went, and hopefully it was just a first outing thing, but if Nick Pivetta struggled throughout the year, that's a serious problem for the San Diego Padres.
Oh, yes. Big time.
And, now I'm a little more nervous about tonight's game 2 with Michael King on the mound. He didn't have the best spring training. Will he lock it in when, the season starts, or will he need some time and to get it going? Because the more pitchers that the Padres have that aren't locked in, Joe Musgrove on the injury list, Nick Pivetta didn't look locked in. What will Michael King look like? Randy Vasquez had a really good spring, but regular season comes around. How will he pitch tomorrow? the margin for error is small. And right now, there is cause for some concern with the Padres starting pitching rotation. No doubt about it.
It's only been one game. Let's get a couple times to the rotation and see what happens. It's one game. Let's settle down over there.
All right. I know everyone's
Quickly, hang on real quick before we get to this. Want to wish a very happy birthday to one of the best tier ones that exist. Jordan in North Carolina. Happy birthday,
Happy
Pally.
birthday, Jordan.
Happy birthday,
We love you, Jordan.
Happy
What a
birthday.
great kid you are.
Happy birthday, Jordan. Sorry I can't be there in person like I was several years ago when I went on a golf trip to Pinehurst in North Carolina. And Jordan just came and met me at the airport while I was waiting at the baggage claim for my friends to arrive. He said, "No, I'll just come to the airport," and we just sat on a bench
visited
in the baggage claim.
I would like to interview him and say, Jordan, was that the worst visit of all time? The most awkward, uncomfortable visit of all time?
Jordan makes everybody feel comfortable.
He does.
The thing is that Jordan and I are so similar.
Yeah.
We were fine with our shared awkwardness.
Shared awkwardness. Did you guys have a meal or anything?
No.
You
We just sat next to each other.
Sat next to each other on a bench in a baggage claim.
Did you guys shake hands?
We might have shook hands. Yes, I don't remember an embrace or a large hug or anything like that.
Tutsy Stick says, sounds like a Forrest Gump scene.
Ben's just like, anyways, that's all I have to say about it.
That is kind of how I picture us, both sitting straight forward, just not really looking at each other, talking.
Baseball like a box of chocolate. That is in. God, what I wouldn't have done to get some audio of that meeting. So, how's it going?
Jordan says, yes, I shook his hand because I know Ben hates hugs.
It's just incredible. Well, happy birthday, brother. We love you very much. Thanks for always being there for us. So
all right, I know everybody's waiting.
Oh, no.
The results have now been tabulated. The Tier 1s have voted, and it is time to crown our 7th annual Ben & Woods Tournament of Drops champion.
I've never made it this far.
We announced the winners of the Final Four yesterday to set up the championship matchup. Paulie, if you would go through it, please.
Yeah, let's just revisit. It's been a great tournament. I want to revisit the field of 16 teams as we honored the 16 best drops on Ben & Woods in the last year.
Come crank your hog.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
I don't have a sister. He's the guy that I pegged.
Yes, I am the throat goat.
Gobbler's Knob.
It's so long and big, Donnie.
Beaver Stadium.
Fernando sneaks in the back door.
Excuse me?
Adolf Hitler.
It's so stiff.
Panties.
What's up, Trevor? And they just tased dry.
Oh, my God.
There was your field.
Any of those really could have won this year, I think.
I mean, that's just elite.
We said, how many times a year do we say that's a one seed?
Yeah.
That's a 1 seed. There were a lot of 1 seeds. However, we had to whittle it down. We narrowed it down to 2. One of them was a 1 seed. We will start with our 1 seed. That was our dear friend Stephen Woods.
Come crank your hog.
You're getting pranked on the Dago Cycles ad read.
Dago Cycles.
Never won a tournament of drops.
I don't think I've been in the finals.
Rarely even, rarely even makes it to the Final Four.
I don't think you've ever lost
so.
one. So that will be going up as the 1 seed up against the 2 seed from the right side of your bracket. Of course, Mark Mudcat Grant.
It's so long and big, Donnie.
No idea what he was talking about there, but I just know somebody probably several people probably messaged us and said, hey, you're going to need to pull that clip from the game. So we had Woodsy versus Mark Grant for the 7th annual Tournament of Drops. The votes have been tabulated.
You said it was close early yesterday. Did it stay close?
It stayed close the entire race with a 56.9% of the votes. The Tier 1s have selected this year's champion to be
Come crank your hog.
Wow.
Congratulations, Woodsy. Congratulations, my friend. You are the winner.
That backed up on me.
Okay.
I
Come
really
crank
don't want
your
the next
hog.
sip then.
I got to tell you, I so rarely make it. My drops, never really make it in. I say, some memorable things, but nothing like you. It's just the way that you say things, Benjamin. And so it feels good. I had 3 in the final 8, I think, and 2 of them got knocked out, and I thought that's going to be it for me. But I kept fighting, and I kept relying on the tier 1s, and the tier 1s came through for me as they always have. And I want to thank my wife.
I mean, you have some good drops.
Excuse me. I touch
much
myself.
almond
All right, I touch myself.
That was so
Shut
romantic.
the f up.
God.
What was that?
I don't know.
Play it again. Shut the f up. That was close.
That was a close
That's
one.
very close.
There's a beep there. I heard it.
Yeah.
God, I love Big D out there.
Whoa.
What? These are all.
Never even heard that one before.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly you talking about
Wieners and
male
stuff.
genitalia.
Yeah. Rock hard, man.
That seems to be the entire tournament of drops tone.
That's kind
true.
of the theme of the show. 100%.
That's true.
Wiener, good size, juicy, plump.
That was when you were doing your hot dog reviews.
Yeah. It feels good, man. It feels so good. Come Crank Your Hog is one of my favorite pranks that has ever been pulled on me. And it's, it's terminology that I use in my everyday life. Oh, God. Oh, yes.
Well, welcome to the winner's circle.
Oh, it feels so good.
Or the wiener's circle.
The wiener circle. Do I get a little piece of net or something? There's something that I should get. Man, I am excited. I'm excited. It feels so good. Thank you to the tier 1s out there for voting, man. Sorry to Mud.
It's been a long time coming.
It has been a long. It's been
Mud would have been a first-time winner as well.
7 years, man. 7 years I've been waiting.
I'm
grinding.
a fat boy. I'm an effing fat boy.
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, that STFU one was real close. It's
No.
very, very.
Someone asked if it was from the iPad guy, but I don't think so.
No, it was not. It was
I
not
don't
from
think-
iPad guy.
No, we
I don't
use a lot
say
of
it.
drops from that one.
I don't say it twice.
I don't
Well,
say it twice, dude.
Keep in mind, there's no off season. So the field for the tournament of drops, the 8th annual tournament of drops, begins at any time.
It's
Anything
open.
that we say at any moment could end up as an entry next year.
So
in the
do we-
tournament of drops.
If you're going to say it twice, say the phone number twice.
I don't say it twice, dude. I say it once. Oh my God, I didn't know. You're hearing what I said. You're hearing what I said.
Put the other one on.
There is no other one. That's it.
The other one, listen, man, what we heard was you're on the horn.
Bro, I don't give a what you heard. I'm sending you what was said. Whatever you think you heard, I don't care.
Damn, dude.
Like, you're out of your mind. I give you the evidence.
His laughter's so
I'm
good.
giving you
Thank
the evidence.
goodness
That's
for
what was said
therapy.
on the radio. That's what was said. Like, are you kidding? I gave you what I said. I didn't say it again. Hey.
I was a bit frustrated that day, a little bit on edge. I've changed it a lot, not a lot, but I've changed.
You've changed.
I've changed
for the positive.
I don't say it twice, dude.
Yeah, like I don't like if you got in on time, I would have given you the iPad. I'm not hoarding iPads. I don't care. They didn't come out of my pocket.
It was 10 years ago.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. We were together.
Yeah.
When that happened, I think I probably
my God.
called you after the show and was like, oh, I think I screwed up.
I messed
I
up.
think I messed up today. I feel so happy. Thank you guys so much. It feels so good to win one.
Congratulations, Woods.
Something my kids can be proud of for years. That's all my dad won the tournament drops with Come Crank Your Hog for Dago Cycles.
Have either of them won before?
Bo has.
Bo has
won,
Yeah.
yes.
Bo won like one of the very first
I
ones.
think the first one.
The first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
With-
What was that?
It was
Bleep
it
you.
F-U?
I bleep
it
you.
was-
Yeah.
Or nuts.
No,
I
it
thought
was,
it was-
bleep,
it might have been-
bleep you.
I thought it was bye-bye.
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 I thought it was bleep you on the first one.
Bye-bye.
Oh, sweet
There was
baby.
that one.
I'm
And
grumpy
then-
now.
He's so grumpy now.
That's more like him now.
That's more like it. Yeah.
Bo, you're not supposed to say that. No, do not say that.
He got it from the movie.
Why are you watching a movie that says that in front of him?
They said it. I've never seen this movie.
The Town, you've never seen The Town?
The Town.
We watch it twice a day.
I forgot
two
about the
still
full
watch
clip.
the town together.
The little kids cursing was always funny to me. It's always funny. Got us in a little trouble over the years. Oh, it's great.
Well, in honor of your championship, shall we give away a prize? You want some Dylan tickets?
Sure.
Hey, tier ones, they are available. We got 2 tickets to see Bob Dylan at the Rady Shell on June 21st. If you're the third caller at 833-288-0973, give you a pair of tickets to see Bob Dylan at the Rady Shell coming up this June. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. We will take a timeout. Don't Do This is coming up next. Got the Padres did it pretty well. The pregame ceremonies were spot on. The Mets, not so much.
Oh, really?
A couple of big errors in their opening day festivities. And then the story involving Alec Boehm.
That
gnarly one.
Is pretty nuts. We will talk about that as well.
Get to some baseball DDT coming up after a check of traffic with more Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open. Okay, player, this is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Could have had you do that live, babe, when you're in studio.
You moron.
You dumbass.
A little girl came up to me yesterday and she goes, "Is this the one who says moron on the radio?" I'm like, "Oh, great.
Yep, that's me, my beloved.
We got Darren Smith coming up at the bottom of the hour.
Yep.
So let's get right to a little Don't Do This. What great pregame ceremonies and festivities at Petco Park. Didn't go quite as well at Citi Field, where the New York Mets were hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. They invited one of the actors from Hamilton, the guy who played George Washington, to sing the national anthem.
Okay.
Feels like if you're, George Washington and you're singing the national anthem, you better get it right. Unfortunately, he did not.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Okay.
So proud we were so gallant.
No. I mean, those words are correct, but
Just out of
what so proudly we hailed, we're so gallantly streaming doesn't make any sense at all. It's or the ramparts we watched,
Now,
and he could not come up with it.
The guy's in Hamilton, right? So he's obviously top tier at what he does. You're on Broadway, and it just
in one of the most famously complex lyrical shows of all time.
Yeah.
But
it's a shame if they gallantly stream. Thank you, Dominic. Excellent line.
Apparently, our brethren at the Mets flagship Odyssey station also messed up when they did their intro for the game. They played last year's intro, which included, of course, Pete Alonso highlights in their open. Pete Alonso and the Mets.
Take on the...
That'd be like Dylan Cease highlights in our opening day broadcast.
It would
yesterday.
be like the Padres have slayed the dragon again.
The Padres have slayed the dragon again.
Have they? Did they?
They did not.
Now they're just a big, massive dragon. I watched them last night and went, oh, nice. Down 2-0. 10 seconds later, up 8-2, ball game. Like, all right, that's how it's going to go this season. That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Crazy story out of Philly that broke on opening day, which is wild. Philly's third baseman, Alec Boehm, has now sued his parents in open court for millions of dollars, accusing them of siphoning large amounts of his money into financial accounts they managed for him and then using some of the cash to pay their own expenses. Babe, do you know we can get sued for that? I had no idea.
It's a good word to the wise. I'm glad to hear it now.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently this is illegal, and we could get in a lot of trouble at some point. But they sought to freeze him out of 4 of his accounts established as LLCs. So they started an LLC and then froze him out of accounts. And now he believes they converted a sizable amount of his money from those accounts for their own personal use. His parents, Daniel and Lisa Boehm, denied doing anything wrong, and through their lawyer said they are, quote, deeply saddened by the allegations and will aggressively defend themselves. Awful, awful story. Like, if it's true, it's horrific.
Yeah.
If it's not true, it's also horrific. There is no winners in this.
I love these stories where, an athlete makes it big and then surprises his parents and pays off their mortgage or buys them a new house because they were supportive.
Drove them to
all the it's so sad to see it the other way, where a kid and their parents, somehow a wedge has come between them and it comes to a lawsuit.
It does remind me that when my kids get cash for birthdays and things like that, they hand it to me. I keep it in my wallet. I spend it. I need to go in and put it back in their piggy bank.
Careful.
I will do so today. Because I'm like, I need this cash right here. They're not going to miss it. But I think I'm just as guilty. over here. You've done it.
I've skimmed a little bit.
Yeah, we've
from
skimmed. In
piggy
fact,
banks.
let's be honest. We've all skimmed from our kids. You
A little
have to.
delivery or something.
You have to.
Well,
Yeah.
I've spent it on them.
Well, because
Yeah.
you look at it like this. How many meals have I bought this turd? This guy can buy us a meal.
Hey, Bo, rent's due. Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. He's got him 8. I'm 8 years old. Yeah, well.
Fine, I'll take that Connor Griffin card.
You know, it's funny. My dad used to do that to me when I was a kid. We did the collecting cards bit together, and I had my stash and he had his. And then when I turned about 14 or 15, and I discovered girls, and I needed money because I wanted to go on dates and I wanted to go to dances and I needed to buy a suit. And he's like, "Just sell me your baseball card." So he did. He would buy my baseball cards from me. It was so good.
That is so Gary.
Now I got them all back, though. I got them all back.
did.
I did.
You did.
So
Came out ahead.
it's priceless.
All right, finally, a little do this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
If there's one thing I know San Diego sports fans love it when their teams spend big on star players.
Oh, yeah.
So, a little breaking news this morning. The San Diego Wave have just announced that they have acquired U.S. women's national team forward Katarina Macario via transfer from Chelsea FC.
Wow.
Apparently, this is the largest contract in women's soccer history.
Wow.
So the Wave adding a major star player under the NWSL's new high impact player rule. So she's like above and beyond the salary cap. They're already 2-1. They've won 2 games in a row. And now they're adding Macario, who was born in Brazil, but she moved. This is a pretty cool story. She wanted to pursue a soccer career, so her parents brought her to San Diego when she was 12. She didn't know any English at all when she got here. Started playing for like the Surf Soccer Club in North County, went to Torrey Pines, got a full ride scholarship to Stanford, where she graduated with honors, and then went on to become a member of the U.S. women's national team, has been playing internationally at Chelsea, but is coming home now and will play for the San Diego Wave on a contract through the 2030 NWSL season. So
incredible.
Congratulations
Well
to
done,
the Wave
guys.
and Katarina Macario. They're going to have a news conference later this morning to officially introduce her and welcome her back to San Diego.
San Diego soccer hotbed, guys. I'm telling you, man, people are now wanting to come play here. The money's good. The facilities are good. The people are happy. They're showing up. It's been really cool to see.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
We can talk a little soccer with Darren Smith, who will join us for our weekly Friday conversation next. But, of course, we'll go through the Padres and what happened yesterday and his thoughts on opening day. All coming up next with Ben and Woods. Don't go anywhere. It's San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, though, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, may I suggest you drop down to 7 Mile Casino. Saturdays and Sundays are a great time because those are the only days that Sammy's at 7 Mile, the restaurant, serves brunch. It's award-winning, best in the South County. Only available Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then, once you're already there, check out the card room.
Absolutely, man. Sit down, play some California-style blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, some Pai Gow, some Baccarat, and just have a great time at 7 Mile Casino. It's so close to Petco Park. Boys are in town this weekend. Great time to go down pregame, postgame, have a ball, play some cards, eat some great food.
Great 24/7 option. Don't have a lot of those in San Diego, but they are always open. Whenever you're got a hankering for some cards, they know how to take care of their high-limit players. 35% off food while you're at the table. Brunch and cards at the same time. Yeah, you can do that at 7 Mile Casino. Just hop on the 5 freeway, head south to Chula Vista. It's right there on Bay Boulevard. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
This pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got a lot to get to, including our first manager's report of the year with Craig Stammen. That's in 1 hour. But coming up next, we got Darren Smith standing by. Get his thoughts on opening day. SDFC, they're in a quick international break, but they'll be back in action next week as well. All coming up after a quick check of traffic. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Well, folks are doing a pretty good job of staying out of trouble on our freeways. Crash cleared on northbound 15 at the 52 connector ramp, but getting reports of a Surface Street accident in Valley Center. Now, this is kind of a busy intersection, Valley Center Road and Lake Wolford. Couple cars involved in this one, so just watch out for a little activity there. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Got to be a bit of a nervous day for our next guest,
no
Darren
question.
Smith, who appears on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. His alma mater appearing in the Sweet 16 against none other than Duke later tonight.
Oh, my
Darren
gosh.
Smith is here on 97.3 The Fan. You got a lot of people cheering for your team for once because, you know, Duke's like the Dodgers.
Yep.
A lot of people like cheering against them, which means that the nation is behind St. John's tonight.
Yes, this is making me feel kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But, let me start by saying happy anniversary.
Thank you,
Nice to
buddy.
see you.
Appreciate
Yes,
it,
nice
man.
to chat with you as always. Nice to see the ladies of Ben and Woods in studio as well. Always a pleasure.
Hi, Darren.
When you want to
Yeah.
talk, you can just turn your mic on. You
I
know
was
how to do
nervous
this.
around Darren.
Yeah,
Hi, Darren.
you know how to do this. I mean,
Hi,
my
good
God.
morning.
I was told you grew up in these studios. So, you know, what is happening?
Yeah. 7 years, huh? 7 years? for you
8
guys?
years.
8 years
Eight.
now.
8
Wow.
years,
Man.
my man.
Where has the time gone?
I know. It's crazy, dude. Crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
Imagine our lives 8 years ago.
I know.
I know.
It's so wild. That
And now look at us.
that dirty carpet, you know,
Yeah.
all of it just
That
disgusting.
disgusting studio.
Just disgusting studio. Just
Everything about it. just brutal.
everything was
I
just
know.
At least for Darren,
Got a
he
better
got-
setup here in my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Darren would come into the studio though, and Ben was recently in his chair. Like he had worse morning guys in there before him.
oh,
Yeah.
big time. Big time.
100%.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah. Kaplan, B.R. Smith, terrible. I mean, just the locker room. Straight up locker room.
Straight up.
Smells,
Silly
odors,
hell.
dirty clothes.
All of it.
These guys used to people picking up after them, and
Yeah.
not the case any longer. So.
Yeah, man.
What did you think of us early on in our radio partnership? Be honest, because we didn't think we were very good.
We knew we weren't good.
Well, I did. I mean, I think that there was. I was a big fan of Woods, right?
Thank
So, like, I was a big believer in Woods, and please don't Benny take that as any sort of commentary about you, but like I was a big believer in the radio talent of Stephen Woods, and I thought he was exactly what our radio station needed, and I thought that it was a great addition. Obviously, there's a little bit of a backstory there about how everything sort of unfolded.
Yeah.
But I was happy because I thought it was an upgrade from where we were as a morning show. I thought that, we had some questions about the radio station, but I believe that we were on the right path by bringing somebody in who was not straight up like just cut from the cloth of sports talk radio. So from that standpoint, I was a believer in the show, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you're always surprised when somebody lasts 8 years in this business, to be honest. But I'm not surprised that you guys had found success, and obviously, I think the thing I didn't know was how the chemistry was going to work between Ben and Woods, because you were so polar opposite. And if you're asking me like full honesty, like what's the biggest surprise about the success of the Ben and Woods show, is that Ben Higgins and Stephen Woods have become such good friends, not only on the air. Like I always thought, that sounds like it's going to work because they complement each other, because one person really knows sports and one person really knows sports radio and the other person really knows morning radio. But I think to see the way all three of you have grown, like as a show, as human beings, and like the sincerity that you guys have is something that is noticeable, and obviously it resonates with listeners. So, like not to go all too deep and be sappy about this sort of stuff, but that's been the best part of the show, is just seeing how you guys interact with one another as human beings. Because I think, you probably would all admit early on, you probably you wouldn't have guessed in a million years that it would have turned into this kind of dynamic, not only on the air, but off the air.
I remember.
Thank you, Darren.
I know I've told Woodsy this. I don't think I've told it, said it in front of Darren, but I remember we were talking about like the first time Woodsy DM'd me like, hey, let's talk, let's start planning. And we started getting to work. And I remember I was at the old station getting ready to do some sports minute update or something. And I'm talking with Darren and I was like, what do you think? Like, what do you know about this guy? Like, I've never met him. And I remember Darren said, he looked right at me and he said, look, I don't know what the show is going to sound like. I don't know what his sports radio knowledge is, but like we can teach him that. He's like, you said, you're excited for me, Paul, because I'm going to get to work with Woods and he's going to teach you how to do good radio. And I thought that was really important, and that stuck with me. And sure enough, it did not take long. It was like 2 weeks in. I was like, oh yeah, Darren knew what he was talking about. This guy knows morning radio for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that was the most important thing. It's like we didn't need another sports radio person. We needed a radio person. We needed a successful radio person, because it's not always about just doing the sports. I know people always think that because it's sports radio, right? But like, it's not the case. And like everything that you could have learned, everything that you needed to know about being a sports radio host, like was going to come to you at some point. It's just, but yeah. I mean, anyway.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment very much. I've had an unbelievable run. It's just been incredible. If it ended today, I would have zero regrets, none. And that feels pretty good. So,
well, it's not going to end.
I hope it's not going to end today. All right, man.
I don't need to be on Reddit any longer. Reading about the
Do you? Let's start Padres. Why not? Were you there yesterday?
I was not.
Okay.
I had planned on being in downtown. I had all sorts of plans. I was going to stop by, see you guys, go to Corey Stewart's thing. Then I was going to go and I was going to spend my afternoon watching a World Cup qualifier in the Padres. But apparently the World Cup qualifier did not make it to the television in the bar that I was going to go. So I just stayed home. So it sounded good, looked good, but no, I did not make it yesterday.
All right, so you watched the game. I mean, obviously, it's the wildest. It's like you wait, and the anticipation is killing you, and you're just bursting, and you're on the air. We're on the air that morning, like just get to Scoobel and blah blah blah. Didn't even have a chance to get to Scoobel because it was 4-0 when you had a chance to get to Scoobel, and it was just like, man, the wind came out really really quick yesterday.
Yeah, and you're actually doing the math in your head. You're like, well, what are the odds that they're going to score 5 runs in a game against Tarek Scoobel? Probably not great. And you watch it anyway just because you think maybe he's not going to have a long outing. Maybe he'll only go 5 and you can get to the bullpen and it could be a tone setter. But none of that was the case. And Pivetta, he walks 3 in the first inning. All 3 of them come around the score. I know afterwards they said he got the jitters, the opening day emotions, whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe that should get factored into the calculus of selecting him for the opening day starter? I don't know. I mean,
Yes.
they waited up until the absolute last possible second to announce the starter.
Yes.
So you're just behind it. I mean, you're just behind it from the jump before you can even take an at bat. And you're right. I mean, at least it's opening day, so there's the novelty to a new season, and there's all the sights and the sounds and the experience, and it's still fun. But an absolute bummer. I mean, it's as miserable an opening day start, probably the worst since the 15-0 loss to the Dodgers back in 2016.
Hannah and my very first game that we went to together was that one.
Yeah.
It was excruciating. The very first game, man. It was tough. It was tough.
At least
it didn't get any better the second day, by the way.
No,
it
they
did
got
not.
shut out that
Shut
whole
out the whole
series,
series.
the entire series. You remember Padres fans how
35-0 or
how
something.
bad it used to be.
We're down 6 already.
Get through
the
8-2 loss. I think we'll be okay. So moderately, I guess, good news that Joe Musgrove is throwing again. An MRI did not show anything too concerning. I know you had a chance to talk to Joe on the podcast this week. Anything that you took from your conversation with him?
No, I mean, I do think that, I mean, it seems like there's this fine line between, is it a setback or is this part of what's to be expected? And I appreciate that Joe said it's both. It is a setback. Let's not call it something that it's not. It's, it's just that this is part of the return from this type of injury. I'm not ready to throw in the towel on Joe Musgrove at all. I think that'd be kind of foolish to do such a thing for Joe. But, I do think that the plan was clearly not to have him start one Cactus League game and then shut him down till April. Like that was not the plan. So, you do have to make adjustments, and will there be more adjustments? Or, I suspect there probably will be. But, I think what, the approach for all of us with Joe Musgrove is that we just don't know. We just don't know. Like I still, and maybe naively so, and maybe because I like him, like I think we all do, I'm betting on him, but I also think that there's a ton of unknowns here when it comes to him. And he even admits that, that he's sort of searching for what it is. The good news is, I guess he had this MRI and there was nothing wrong structurally. So, that's the good news. And it's a lot about Joe and how he works out and how he tries to prepare himself to get back. But, it just does sound like it's not going to be as simple as, okay, there's going to be this finite amount of time for Joe to get back. And then boom, there's Joe Musgrove. It sounds like this is there's going to be a lot more, a lot less certainty about what it is that his season's going to look like.
Not a straight line, to be sure.
No.
Which is, I mean, I think that's what they expected. I think you're right. It was never the plan to shut him down in spring training.
Right.
They did expect a non-linear total progression. But, if Nick Pivetta struggles, which he's not necessarily going to, but yesterday wasn't a good sign. We don't really know about Michael King entirely.
Yeah.
They're going to need Joe Musgrove. I mean, it's hard to see this team getting to where they want to go without at least two of those three guys
figuring it out,
having decent seasons. They don't have to be Cy Young Award winners, but that's kind of almost a mandatory if the Padres are going to be okay this year.
Yeah, I think that's well said. And I do think that today's a big start for Michael King.
Yep.
A guy that threw 73 innings, and last we saw him, he threw 17 pitches in the series against the Cubs. So, you had to go to the bullpen early, and, you started making maneuvers, thinking about what was going to happen on day 2 and then into day 3. So, you've paid him money. His free agency didn't go exactly how he wanted. So I think this is, it's day 2 and you sort of feel stupid for saying this stuff. But, it's not an insignificant start for Michael King. And, the questions about Pivetta, I mean, I think he'll probably be fine. But, he did set career highs in, 6 or 7 different categories last year. And the question for me, and I think for other people, is can he do that again? Can he do it again? Can he be as good as he was? Can he be better than he was? And, at least through a start, it's unfair to say that the book is written on him. But, for today, it's like, if I'm Michael King, I'm like, okay, like this team needs me today. Like this is what they paid me money to come back and do. This is not only where I, earn my, where I put 2025 in the rearview mirror, but this is also, where I put my flag in the ground for what it is that I'm going to look like in 2026 and beyond. If I really do want that 9-figure contract moving into the future.
Yeah. Talking to our pal Darren Smith this morning, I said it, a few weeks ago when we had Saris on, regression, like you see somebody that has not that gave up a lot of home runs, that was, 4.5, 5 ERA guy. And then he comes in and has this miraculous, beautiful, incredible season in Nick Pivetta. Yeah, right. Man, I think it's fair to say, all right, well, maybe that was, you don't want to think of flash in the pan because he really had a good track record all of last season. But yeah, first start, didn't go the way he wanted. He's going to get plenty more. He's durable. But I do agree with you, man. Michael King tonight being able to come out and say last year was a fluke. It was a weird year for everybody. The funny thing is, all of that we just talked about, this team still managed to find a way to win 90 games last year with a very inconsistent Dylan Cease, a very inconsistent Michael King, of nondescript, wasn't even around.
No Joe
Darvish,
Musgrove.
no Joe Musgrove. I mean, that team figured out a way to win 90. So
Randy Vasquez, every other start,
and dancing around traffic every game. I mean, it was when you really look back at it, you go, that's a pretty damn good baseball team to win 90 games with everything that went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's a reason to think that they're going to, to be successful is because there is always some character that kind of comes out of nowhere, right? Whether it's a Matt Waldron type or somebody just emerges from the shadows. You're like, oh no, I can't believe it. You have to live X amount of time without this player or that player. And then here comes this other guy, and he might not be there all the way through the end of September and into the playoffs, but he's a guy that carries you for certain stretches during the regular season. And if it's something like saving a bullpen, or he does just enough that he helps get you to where it is that you need to be for the regular season. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm really curious about King. King allowed a bunch of home runs in spring training, and I mean, it would have been my personal pick for opening day starter. Just me, nobody asked. But I am kind of curious to see what it looks like when he gets out there on the mound a little later.
Talking to Darren.
I mean, not that I'm going to be watching. I'm either going to be celebrating or I'm going to be miserable because of what happens with the stupid basketball game.
What time's the basketball game on?
4 o'clock.
4:10. Okay, 4:10. Oh God, what a night for you. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst.
Brutal. I mean, and the reward is probably UConn afterwards.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm almost like my mind is playing these tricks on me where I'm like, well, would I rather lose to Duke tonight and then not lose to UConn on Sunday? Because, God, I hate UConn so much. And I hate them actually more than Duke.
But do you?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's close.
Isn't it weird that your mind won't let you go, what if we beat Duke and UConn?
Right.
Like your mind
the greatest weekend of my life. And instead I'm like, what is the least painful way to get through this, to navigate this weekend? Because sports for me, like my sports fandom is mostly about suffering
and pain. Yeah.
It's never about joy. It's always about being miserable and pain. So I'm preparing for that. And I don't allow myself to think that beating Duke and UConn in back-to-back NCAA tournament games in a regional semifinal and final is actually going to happen. If it does, I don't know that I can survive it.
Correct.
So, I'm kind of a mess and I don't really know how I'm going to control myself up until 4 o'clock today, but I don't know. I just will have to see the way it all unfolds. But yeah, beating Duke would be a highlight until you start thinking then immediately afterwards, like, well, how long till I have to start thinking about UConn? And, that doesn't afford me a ton of time to really enjoy that one, but it would be great to pay them back. They eliminated us back-to-back years, 1990 and 1991 in the NCAA tournament. I haven't forgotten.
Amazing.
But Darren, at least you're not going to be broadcasting an SDFC game. And I needed to ask you about this because last Sunday I was driving back from Nevada and I was listening to the St. John's game and I thought they had it under control. So I switched over to you and the radio broadcast so I could listen to SDFC at 4 o'clock. And I didn't realize that there was a buzzer beater, and you never told me during the soccer game what I had missed. So were you following the game? And Paulie was right there courtside for the buzzer beater. Did you know it happened? I didn't hear any reaction from you on the air during the game. I did not know it happened until later when I checked and I go, oh my gosh, St. John's needed a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
And Darren wasn't there for it. He was calling a soccer game.
Didn't know about it until halftime. I tried turning the television on in the radio booth, and it was not working. So let this be a formal complaint in that regard, that the television booth. But I was watching on my phone before the game, and I saw when I turned off the pregame show, when I turned off for the pregame show, since we have the pregame show at 3:30, St. John's was up 10. And I felt pretty good. And then I felt my phone starting to buzz a few times. And I looked down and I saw one text from a friend of mine who I went to school with who said the vitamin water guy is going to be pissed. The vitamin water guy is a guy named Mike Rapoli who's the biggest booster at St. John's. He donates over $1 million a year.
Oh no!
And I just saw that, and my eyes like, oh. And you know, I just said I'm going to pay attention to the game, and I'll see what it is that happens. And at halftime, I had to have 30 text messages, including one from Paul, who was sitting there courtside, who was great, who I got to see on Friday, which was fantastic. And, you know, I just was like, I can't wait to get home and watch this. But I had no real appreciation for it in real time at all. And I'm kind of glad. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess it would have been a little bit unprofessional for me to be, you know, on my tiptoes watching this game as it unfolded while I'm trying to watch the soccer game. But yeah, I mean, it was just it was kind of a crazy thing to catch up on. And then I went home and I just like stared at Instagram reels for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of a tough week for SDFC. Still ended up with 2 points in the MLS standings, and we can talk about.
I need a break.
We can talk about next week's game next Friday as they return after the international break to visit San Jose, which should be a big one. But we can chat about it next week. Darren, appreciate it as always.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys,
Appreciate
and
you, man.
happy anniversary.
Thanks
again.
so
Good to
much.
see you all, and here's to a great season for you all here with the pods.
Thanks, bud.
Darren Smith on our SDC's new fan hotline. Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. All right, next hour, we will be visiting with Craig Stammen, our manager's report, first management report of the season on a Friday. We'll also play a little Take on Woods, all coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Don't go away.
All right, we're halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. The start of year 9 for us. Today is our 8th birthday. We've been together 8 years today. Very, very sweet moment for all of us, in my opinion.
Does anyone remember what they did for their 8th birthday?
Ooh. Probably Six Flags.
You got a pizza party.
Or Mickey D's, the old Mickey D's 1 hour party.
Oh.
Yeah.
A Mariners game, maybe.
No, it's fun. Oh, it's fun. Cool. I'm Woodsy. To my right is my wife, Hannah Nancaro Woods. She's in here this morning. Good morning, babe.
Good morning. No, my mic is on. You
Your
don't
mic
worry
is on.
about it.
Good. Okay, finally she's figured it out. Only took her 2 hours. Paulie's wife, Megan Reindl, is in here. Good morning, Megan.
Hi, I don't sound like Boomer Sison anymore like I did this morning.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Megan.
Horrifying.
How are you?
Hello, Joe Musgrove and everyone listening.
Hello, guys. It's me, Megan Reindl. Paulie Reindl is not our sound tech. He's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Benjamin
Sound tech
Higgins.
for the band. That's a cool job.
It is. Yeah. It is. Benjamin Higgins, how are you, my friend?
I am feeling a little bit better. Everyone was tired after yesterday.
That's one word
Opening
for
day's
it.
a long day.
It was long. I walked a lot of steps drunkenly, about half of them. Man, we tied it on yesterday.
What would you say was your final
tally?
Count
of steps?
No.
Oh, booze?
No. Yes.
A lot.
It was a lot.
Lot.
I don't.
There was at least 5 shots during the broadcast alone.
I don't indulge much.
I had about a shot and a half during the broadcast, a little beer, and
I
then
had his other 2.5 shots.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was pawning them off. I didn't know who to give them to, though. I started by giving them to Paulie because I thought giving them to Woods would be a mistake.
Yep, you're right.
But then I noticed that Paulie was having like a lot.
Some troubles,
and that actually can be worse for us. If we lose Paulie,
you can lose me. You can soldier on.
We lose Paulie, the whole show goes down. So then I was starting to push them over toward Woods, but people just kept bringing up more Santo Tequila, Blue Moon beer, and it just never stopped. And then we went to the tailgate, had to have a sangria. I did not have any Screwball or Whistle Pig.
I did.
Because I went off to work at that point.
Yeah, I had 5-6 shots of tequila at the venue, which was a lot of fun. And, you get one down and the rest just really go down very smoothly. Then we went over to the tailgate. I had 3 or 4 glasses of Devil Sangria. It was so good. And it's just so easy to drink. You're like, it's so refreshing. I'll have another one. And then next thing you know, man, you are seeing stars. And then I had some Whistle Pig, which is really, really tasty.
So good.
Had some Screwball. I mean, it was a mess. And then, after that, I just switched to water and we were good. And went home, I had a bagel.
That's not true because you found 2 Coors Lights, 2 silver bullets in the.
Yeah, but those weren't for me.
Those are technically waters, though.
Those are technically waters, but I did not drink those. I passed those
I
out.
was like,
and
where
I'll
did
be
those come
now, thanks to that, Megan, I'll be getting a bill for $29 from Adam and Michael.
No, guys, we didn't touch anything. Don't worry.
I didn't even want to open the fridge because I was worried it was one of those fridges like
That
at a
was weighted?
hotel.
Yeah.
Please
don't charge us.
We can turn this into a sponsorship mention because I believe Coors Light is sponsoring our broadcast tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Because after the longest week of the year,
let's do another one.
Let's work on Saturday morning.
Yes.
We've got the Padres block party. We'll be at Far Corner.
Yes, that's right.
From 10 to noon. And then Braden and then Scraby and Ello. Which is right there on J, just outside of Gallagher Square.
Looks so
Looking
cool.
forward to it, checking it out. But I was hearing on our promos, whenever the Padres hit a grand slam, they go $1 Coors Lights until they run out. So,
that's legit.
Yeah, during the games. That's what they
So
said.
if you're there watching the game, Manny hits a grand slam.
Yeah.
It's $1 Coors
until
Lights.
they run out. Yeah.
Oh,
Dangerous.
yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Genius. You can drink those.
Now we'll
all
be
day.
there
They won't
far
hurt you.
before the game. Tomorrow's at 5:40 game.
Yeah.
We're there from 10 to noon.
Is anybody going to come down and see us at 10 to noon tomorrow?
Please do,
I sure hope
we
so.
would love to have you out there. I know it's not opening day, but it's still the opening series.
Yeah.
And, we don't have that many events where we get out. So if you happen to miss Baja Rick's yesterday, you get a second bite at the apple tomorrow at Far Corner.
Second bite at the apple.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, it has been a long week, and that is something that we're doing tomorrow. We'll probably put that in our promo that we cut after the show today.
Yeah.
If Ben is able to get through it.
If he can get through it. Now, this is
we had a rough one like 2 days ago.
So a couple days ago, we decided I was going to go down with you guys to the clubhouse, and I wasn't feeling great. I was fighting off the cold. I'm proud to say that the cold is pretty much gone. I feel great now. I really, the elderberry and zinc and everything I was sucking down.
Amazing you survived it.
I think the tequila helped. I think the bourbon helped. I
The
think
giant bag of vitamin C that you had on display.
Giant bag of vitamin C.
So everyone knew.
And so I was really not feeling well after the show, and I told Ben and Paul, guys, I'm so sorry to do this to you. I can't make it. I'm going to go home and rest. I got Little League tonight. You guys said, go, do your thing. Don't come get the players sick. I go, that's good point. Couldn't have played any worse. It wouldn't have really mattered if I did get them sick.
Padres training staff was very glad that you were not there.
Were they good?
Yeah.
Good.
Like, keep them out of here.
Keep them out of here forever, actually. So we go into the production studio after, and Ben says, hey, let's record a 7-mile spot so that we don't have to do it live tomorrow. We'll record it to sound live, power of radio. I said, great. Piece of cake, 60-second spot. We've only done, by my estimation, in 8 years, 300,000 7-mile commercials is my, maybe even on the low side. Yeah. So I'm not feeling well. I'm ready to get out of there. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be there. I just want to go home and get into bed. Paulie was rolling.
3, 2, 1.
I can't see your clock.
I know. That's why I'll need to end. So you do whatever you say, but just don't end it and then toss it back to me.
That's what I'm trying to do, buddy.
3, 2.
Wait, buddy.
It's been a what?
I mean, we got to just revisit that part first.
First words.
3, 2.
You know that after the show is not. I am not.
I get
in
it.
the best mental spot.
Same, which is why I wanted to go home.
You couldn't even get the first 3 words out.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
One more time.
Wait, buddy.
Been a what?
Been a
Been a what? Been a what? Been a what? Been a what?
And I go mother.
It's all right. We'll wait another 50 seconds.
Now we got to wait for the next minute.
So the
Yep.
clock
So
is
the clock is
zero.
the same.
So we can have the same clock.
Do laugh.
Who is that?
It's
Ben.
What?
We unlocked a new
brand new.
He lifted out?
His computer was updated, and it came with the new.
came with
Like
a
you
new
know,
laugh.
you get new
You get a new
emojis every
update.
6 months.
Must
Ben
update
gets a new laugh.
for new fresh
New
laugh.
emotes.
Keep it fresh.
8 years, man. I've never heard this.
I started going through. I was like, man, there's just something about a Ben laugh.
It just gets me every time.
I've got so many different ones.
The best. I like to use this one like, hey Ben, we just lost a pet. We really loved that cat so much.
Someone said Kawhi Higgins in there.
Yeah. I don't know why you're laughing because we lost a beloved family member. That's my absolute favorite
Ben,
laugh.
she was ripped apart by coyotes.
My cheeks hurt.
Ben, why? It's the sad. Like our children are just in tears.
Yeah. That's a brand new one.
It is.
I love that one.
That's my
That is the fakest laugh.
That's the smarmy laugh.
Oh.
That's Breaking Ben.
That's the best. That's brand new. Where is that from? Have you ever busted that out before?
I think that's the I'm embarrassed at myself laugh.
For not being able to get
not being
through
able
that
to even
spot.
say your name after.
That was so funny, man. That was so
He
Self-humiliation
does kind of
laugh.
sound like Kawhi Leonard.
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Little Eddie Murphy from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailbone? Oh man, dude, it is. This is it. This has been 8 years of this, man, and it's just that's my favorite stuff is the behind the scenes, and it always works that way too. When you're like, hey, I got to get out of here quick. All right, it's got to be quick. And it's like, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It's almost as bad as Act Natural.
It's almost as bad.
We need to get this done quick.
If I'm like, hey, I got a whole day in here. Take your time. Boom. 30 seconds.
I could do 5 hours reading a teleprompter without mistakes.
No
but then
mistakes.
You tell me, but we need to get through this quick.
It's over.
7 mistakes in a row.
It is
incoming.
just over, man.
It's like when we pranked Woodsy with the Dago cycles, come crank your hog.
Yeah.
It took us like 15 minutes just to record that because you refused to believe that the copy was real, but you're like, I'm like, dude, I'm showing you the production order. It's right here. I think they're trying to be edgy. I think they're new.
Do you think so?
They're trying to stand out. I don't.
This will make them stand out. Crank your hog. All right.
Push the envelope.
Should I start from the top or should I
pick it up from?
So swing. All right. There is no way I'm gonna be able to say this without laughing.
Like $100. Like if you don't want it, I'll make Ben do it.
I would like to hear Ben say "crank your hog." So swing by. Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Here we go. So swing by, gear up, and come crank your hog.
That giggle of Paul sends me.
When Paul starts giggling, there's no way.
Oh my God.
Crank your hog. I gotta go, so I have to nail this. I have to nail this.
Clean. I'm like, just do it.
I'm scared. All right. So swing by, gear up, and come crank your hog with us this weekend. I almost made it. I'm blacking out, dude. I'm seeing stars right now. I was laughing so hard.
Like
So
the
swing by,
origin
gear up, and
story.
come crank your hog with us this weekend. All right. All right. God dang it. So swing by, gear up, and come crank your hog with us this weekend at Dago Cycles in Mission Bay.
yeah.
The open road starts here. Don't miss it. I got it. Nailed it. Oh, the worst. I told the fellas the other day, I love spending time with them very much. I love being in here. I'm here early. I like this job. I like being here with them. When the show ends, though, I don't want to see their faces. If a new contract is reached, I'm going to ask in my contract that at 9:56 I walk out the door. No more promos, no more nothing, no more commercials, nothing. I can't.
Gone.
My brain shuts down at 9:56 on the nose, and
The
I'm
problem
like,
is mine does too.
oh. You walk into that production studio, and Paulie's like, you have 7 spots to cut, and that's just. You would think that you told me a loved one died. Like my face, it just goes blank every time. I'm like, oh, I hate this so much. But the after
A
show.
loved one died.
Ben, why are you laughing at me? She was so young. I love you guys. I love you guys. You make me laugh every day. You're both incredible sports. And it's just stuff like that, man, that just kills me.
Need to take a quick time out because Craig Stammen's coming up and we'll play a quick game of Take on Wood. So if you want to be our contestant, 833-288-0973. Qualify for the trip to Las Vegas. Coming up next, and the skipper of the San Diego Padres. This hour on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio for a free month of service. Back with Take on Woods next here on 97.3 The Fan.
and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We actually have a funny and appropriate new category entering the mix today for Take on Woods. You won't know about
I won't know.
because you're about to leave the studio because we got to get right to our game. Craig Stammen coming up in just a few minutes, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods, and it is time to play Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and let's go with Nick. Nick, would you like to play our game today?
Let's do it, boys.
5 questions of musical
Here we go,
trivia.
Nick.
Hang on.
I said, here we go.
Oh, here we go, Nick. All right, 5 questions of music, movie, or TV trivia. If you can beat or tie Woods, will qualify for the 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, and the $150 resort credit. Let's get right to it. Your 3 category choices are in music, Cry Me a River. 5 song titles that include the word cry. Movie, Time Travelers, 5 movies with time travel plot elements. And our new TV category submitted by Tier 1 Justin, Crank Your Hog, TV shows about motorcycles. So, Nick, do you want to play music, Cry Me a River, movies, Time Travelers, or TV, Crank Your Hog?
I don't know much about motorcycles, but with the theme of the morning, let's go with Crank Your Hog.
Okay,
Crank Your Hog.
I love it. All right, so yeah, this category was actually submitted earlier this week. Tier 1 Justin, he's a Padres fan up in Portland. We're looking for 5 television series in which motorcycles play a key role. You have 60 seconds. If you don't know an answer, you can pass. Come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First questions, our 2-second TV theme song. Paulie will play you a clip of a TV theme. You need to identify the show. Nick, are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right. The category is, that's fine. The category is Crank Your Hog. Again, you'll have 60 seconds, 5 different shows, and thanks again to Tier 1 Justin.
You didn't send me a clip. I got to go find.
I didn't send you the clip.
No, I got to go find.
I thought I sent you the clip.
Oh, brother.
This is bad timing. I've got it here on my computer, but I can't play it from my computer.
No, you
so
can't.
I can
So you're
email
gonna,
it to
you're
you
going to vamp,
quickly.
and I can just pull it up.
All right, but you have to kind of cue it up too, which is difficult.
You're crushing it.
Oh, man.
If you can email it to me real quick.
I'm going to email it to you really quick.
Nick, were you at opening day yesterday?
You vamp.
I was not. First one I missed in like about 14 years, actually.
Oh, what happened?
We used to have a crew that used to go, and kids and getting older, and unfortunately this year was the 1 year we broke the tradition.
I hear you, man.
I've sent it to you.
Okay, you have.
So
sent
hopefully you should be getting that email shortly with our 2-second TV theme song clip.
Remember, you're like, we got to go quickly.
I know. And this is exactly the opposite of quickly. I get that.
I've got it.
All right. He's got it now. All right. Let's, once again, the category is TV shows about motorcycles. Paul, you ready to go? Yeah. 60 seconds on the clock, Nick. Your time begins when we play our 2-second TV theme song. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Right into this world all alone.
Correct. Eric Estrada and Larry Wilcox rode their motorcycles and saved the day as Ponch and correct. Father and son duo Paul Tootle Jr. and Sr. star in which show about custom bikes on the Discovery Channel?
West Coast Chopper.
That's not it. Close. Which reality show on True TV takes place inside a bar during Sturgis Biker Week?
Oh my gosh. Crap.
Johnny Knoxville and Travis Pastrana starred for 4 seasons on MTV in which show known for wild tricks and stunts?
Nitro Circus.
Correct. Which reality show on True TV takes place inside a bar during Sturgis Biker Week?
Oh my gosh! And some saloon. Something saloon. Oh my gosh.
It's Full Throttle Saloon. Very close, though. You did get 3. You were really close on the other one. The Toutles do American Chopper, but you got Sons of Anarchy, Chips, and Nitro Circus. So let's bring Woods in. 3 could be good enough here, Nick. Hold on, and we'll see how it's a TV category today.
Shocker.
This is actually the special one, so you'll figure it out hopefully.
Okay.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when we play our TV theme song. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Nick.
Right into this world.
That's Sons of Anarchy.
Correct. Eric Estrada and Larry Wilcox rode their motorcycles. Chips. Correct. Father and son duo Paul Tootle Sr. and Jr. star in which show about custom bikes on the Discovery Channel?
I was in that show. Pass.
Which reality show on True TV takes place inside a bar during Sturgis Biker Week?
Sounds awesome.
It does. I didn't know that existed. Pass.
Johnny Knoxville and Travis Pastrana starred for 4 seasons on MTV in which show known for wild tricks and stunts?
Jackass?
Incorrect. Father and son duo Paul Tootle Sr. and Jr. star in which show about custom bikes on the Discovery Channel?
I can see the guy's face. Is this the Crank Your Hog category?
It is. You figured out the name of the category. You should get a point for
Crank
that.
Your Hog.
That's 3-2. Nick has won it. Congratulations, Nick. Good job. American Chopper, Full Throttle Saloon, and Nitro Circus.
I've never heard of any of those except for the Chopper one.
But you got Chips.
Did you know that one, Dave?
Mhm.
The Johnny Knoxville one?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Not the Johnny Knoxville.
The Full Throttle Saloon, though.
Yeah.
You've heard of Full Throttle Saloon?
I watch a
They
lot.
do it at,
yeah.
you watch a lot of
Sturgis.
garbage TV. They film it at Sturgis?
Tier 1 Justin submitted that category. Padres fan up in Portland.
That's genius.
Very appropriate
It's a
for today.
great one.
For
On
Crank Your
True
Hog,
TV.
On True TV.
winning the Tournament of Drops and the category and take on Woods. All right, Nick, stay on the line. Paulie will get your information. When we come back, our first management report of the season, it is the Manager's Report with Craig Stammen, brought to you by SDCCU. Coming up next year with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
But first, happy Friday, everybody. Wanted to tell you this weekend, if you're in the market for a new vehicle, head on down to Sedano Ford in Lincoln. They're officially truck month going on right now. They're going bigger than ever before. The Ford trucks, man, the hardest working trucks on the road. My mother-in-law has actually bought 2 trucks from Sedano Ford in the last 2 years and is extremely happy with how the service has been, how the process went. But right now they're offering the power of 3 with 0% financing, 0 due at signing, and 0 payments for a full 90 days. She might have gotten screwed because she bought hers before this. You know what I mean? Like, she should have maybe waited for this incredible deal. 0% APR, 0 due at signing, and no payments for 90 days. This March, also the perfect time to drive the future in the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E Select, just $399 a month. And, of course, they're making premium luxury more affordable than ever. Sedano Ford in Lincoln want you to come in and lease the new incredible Lincoln Corsair plug-in hybrid, just $417 a month. These exclusive offers are only available right here at your local veteran-owned Sedano Ford in Lincoln in La Mesa. Tell them your old pal Woodsy sent you down there. All the details, of course, can be found at SedanoFord.com. Head on down for Truck Month. Sedano Ford in Lincoln at SedanoFord.com. He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just
Please don't.
What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
That is not pleasant.
And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
The season.
Excited, man.
It means it's time for our very first manager's report of the season. It is brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It is better. And as we introduce Craig Stammen, I'm just going to let him know that this is going to seem incredibly unfair, but the Padres could win 10 games in a row. And when you lose on Thursday, we're all going to be in a bad mood on Friday.
It's so true.
You could lose 8 games in a row, but if you win on a Thursday, everything's going to be okay on a Friday morning. So just get used to that, Craig.
It's so weird how it works.
That's funny.
That was funny in a way that he doesn't think it's that funny.
I get it. Hey, man. Day one. All right, let's walk through day one. We were all at the game yesterday. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember much of it, Craig. I had a great time. I really had a great time. Win or lose, I did. It was a spectacular day. Petco was looking beautiful. But you wake up in the morning and you go, well, I get to be a big league manager today. What were the nerves like going into that game?
Yeah, yesterday was definitely a different day. I was excited when I woke up. Definitely woke up early. I slept great the night before, but woke up early and I got to the ballpark around 7 a.m. and I tell you what, those next 6 hours felt like it lasted 4 days, before the game started. And I was feeling the nerves, leading up to the introductions and the national anthem, but kind of once that all the pomp and circumstance got going on, I felt pretty calm and comfortable, and mainly because we have a great team, and the other part is we have a great coaching staff too. So I felt like I had a lot of people around me that were going to support me and that it was going to be a lot of fun. And then the first inning happens and we get behind and things change really fast. But overall, it was an exciting day and good to kick off the season, but great to start getting some W's.
Yeah, no question. And I do wonder, when it's 4-0, I've said many times, it doesn't really matter what level you manage at. The game speeds up so fast sometimes, and no one's expecting, much less Nicky P, expecting to go out there and walk guys and walk in runs. But that immediately changes the calculus of the game because you're looking at it from your perspective going, am I going to have to get somebody hot, in the first inning, maybe the second inning? It really speeds up. They get 4 runs. Was the pressure at that point, you're kind of like, all right, 4 runs, like now we can just let it unfold a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's not one of those, it was 4-0. The game's still in the balance that early. You can come back and score runs. But, You're never out of it in any game. As we even saw in the 8th inning, we had bases loaded. And we had a chance to make it a little tighter.
Yep.
But so you're managing. You got to manage every game probably differently, and every game is going to have different situations and managing them appropriately. And yesterday kind of turned into a game where we had to lose properly. We had to lose in the right way and save the right guys in the pen and get the guys work that needed to get work. And they did a great job of getting through the game and pitching those innings that not everybody wants to pitch, pitching when we've got a deficit like that, 8-0. And they did a great job, and we're going to win a lot of games like that with those guys pitching. We get behind, they come in the game, they're going to hold that deficit, and we're going to come back. We've got an offense that can come back. So, we didn't end up coming back yesterday, but it was another game, and we got another game today. So exciting.
We were certainly interested to see what the opening day lineup was going to look like. But you said on Wednesday that it's probably going to change quite a bit. And I was wondering if you could kind of expand on that. You talked about swing paths and, advanced data that guys can get to help set your lineups. What do you go through as you're going to be setting lineups day to day?
Yeah, it's not rocket science, but, we want to put our players in the best position to succeed. And so if we've got certain players that have a good matchup against a certain pitcher, whether that's past performance or we feel like their swing profile matches up with, say they're a low ball hitter against a low ball pitcher, those types of things like that. And, we're just, trying to find an advantage any way we can. And I think the one thing that we just don't want to do is get pigeonholed into a certain lineup that has to be out every day. And if we don't have that lineup, the players feel uncomfortable or feel like we're panicking if we change it. So I think just being able to cover and move and just, do different things and be, a team that can adjust really well. And I think that starts with the lineup and being able to adjust the lineup and to not be something that's set all the time. And, like I said yesterday too, it may get to a point where, man, this is our lineup. This is when we score runs. Doesn't matter who's pitching. This is how we do it. It may get to that point, and then, we'll make that decision and do it.
Talking to the skipper, Craig Stammen, here on Ben and Woods this morning. And that, to do what you're talking about in the early part of the season, it takes buy-in, right? It takes buy-in from the players. And, we've been covering the team together out at spring training for years. And I got to tell you, man, it's the first year I didn't really hear guys going, well, I better be in the 2-hole, or I better be in the 3-hole. I better be leading off. You know what I mean? It seems like the guys have bought in right now. And of course, winning, Craig, cures everything. So if a guy's hitting in the 7-hole and raking and, you guys are winning ball games, I don't see much complaining going on there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Once the season gets going, everybody starts looking at results and those results sometimes dictate happiness. Although as manager, I think we want to try to get our players in the frame of mind that it's process oriented, not, we've heard this bunch of coach talk,
sure.
Process oriented, not, results driven. And
yep.
It's hard. It's easy to say and very hard to do. I know it as a player, I could be working my tail off and trying to locate my 2-seamer down the way as much as possible. And then all of a sudden get in the game and it ain't working. It's about the results in the end. But I think if we tackle the process and tackle it the right way, hopefully that'll lead to good results. And then good results lead to some happiness for the players. But we're in it together. No one person's going to tackle this thing on its own, but we're going to tackle it together and go from there.
All right, Craig, I need to know, how did you unwind after the game was over?
Yeah.
Because you had another game to prepare for, but it can't be all work. You've got to give it some time after a game usually to settle down. What did you do after it was all done and the media was out and clubhouse was quiet?
You know what? I'll admit this. I left pretty early. My son had a little league game over in Coronado. It was one of the only games I'm going to be able to go and watch.
Oh.
And so not too long after the game, I was going for a doubleheader. So my son Chase was playing and had a great game. And our hitting coach, Steven Souza, his son Micah is on the same team. So those two were playing together for the first time, and we were able to sneak off, after opening day and get to see almost the whole game. We missed maybe the first half of the first inning. And then after that, we both got to see our sons pitch, play the infield, hit a few times. So it was I went from manager of the Padres to dad really fast, which was a good breather and a good break.
Now, Woods, you're a little league manager. How would you like it if a big league skipper was standing over your shoulder?
Oh, you just brought it up. The thought of it just makes my throat close up. If I'm managing and I look over and there's Craig Stammen and Steven Souza Jr., they're standing with their arms crossed, like, this sucks. This sucks. I mean, Carlos Quentin.
Well, I gotta give our coach a shout out.
Oh yeah,
Duke a lot. You know, we had him. He's the big league Coronado manager. So the very first year that we played, when I was still playing, we were playing t-ball here. He had Chase and Kyrie Profar on the same team.
Yeah.
So he's kind of got it down pat, and he and I have coached a couple teams together through the years. So I trust him. We have a good relationship, and he's as humble as they come. And he's, Craig, if you see anything, come on, let me know. You got to give me some insight.
Yes.
So we talked about a few things, but nothing dramatic. He does a great job, and it's just fun to see those kids out there playing and laughing. And the best part about them playing yesterday is the game ends, they get beat, and after the game, they all pick up their gloves, they go out to second base and first base, and they start playing pickle. It was like
the best
they
part.
could have played till it was dark, and it was just fun to see them just loving being around each other and loving the game of baseball. And it makes you realize like where this game started, where we all started playing it, where we all started loving it. And those are the moments that kind of take you away from the big results of a Major League Baseball game and bring it back to the roots of baseball.
So I shouldn't be running sprint drills after a loss with my 8-year-old. We haven't lost yet, knock on wood, but all right, now I know. Just, hey, go out and have some fun, guys. No, it's such a fine line, Craig. It's tough because these guys, these little guys, man, they work so hard out there. They do. They really want it. And if they don't get the job done, they get upset really easily. But it's funny, man. 10 minutes after the game, it's ice cream time. It's over. They flush it pretty easy. And big leaguers are the same way.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. I mean, I can't imagine.
And I think we can learn. We can learn from that. I mean, it's good. Like that's the thing about baseball. 162 games in a 6-month season, and we got to flush Tarek Skubal and what happened the first inning with Nick Pivetta. He's got to flush that really quickly,
yep.
and he did. He came up to me about towards the end of the game, 7th or 8th inning, and he passed me on the back and goes, "Sorry about that, Skip." I said, "Nick, I know it's opening day. There's a lot going on. Don't you even think twice about that. I know you're going to be great the rest of the season." He had a smile on his face, and he's ready to get on to the next outing already. So. That's what it's about. It's about bouncing back. It's not what happens to you, but, how do you go on to the next pitch, the next inning, the next 3 innings, the next game, and do your best, So, all those same lessons that you learn when you're 8 years old, the same things apply when you're a big leaguer.
Well, Craig, go out, win a series. Good luck. We'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks when you're like 13-2, and we'll complain about that second loss.
Well, hey, also,
come in for that. Let's do that. That'd be awesome.
I mean, you didn't know you'd have to game plan so heavily for rookie Kevin McGonigal yesterday with 4 knocks. My God, what a hitter he is. So you tell Kinger, man, like you got to bear down on this guy now, man. He's crazy good.
Yeah, AJ, scouting aficionado AJ, he knows everybody in the industry. He had us ready for him. As far as knowing he was a great player, we just, maybe our game plan wasn't great. We'll try to change it up a little bit today. But a great player. Great players play great in great moments. So he showed out his first day in the big leagues, but we got to figure a way to get him out the next 2 days.
That's right.
Thank you, Craig.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Craig Stammen, our manager's report, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It is better. We will check traffic and then a few thoughts on what we just heard next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Kent Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, anybody out there on the roads is liking the ride. Hey, look at you, westbound 52, full blast out of Santee. No delays coming down from the North County. South Bay ride looking okay. And Coronado Bridge, seeing just a little jam up toward the Old Toll Plaza. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car, no appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I think Craig Stammen killed it there in his first manager's
Yeah, it was
report.
great.
Not easy to come off a loss and have to do that for the first time, 0-1. But I think what they really like about Craig Stammen is he's so even-keeled. You know, he takes it seriously, clearly, but he's also not going to be a different person after a loss or a win. He's the same guy. He's going to come in, steady hand today, and everything's going to be fine. And he's going to go out and try to find a way for the Padres to win tonight.
Yeah, man, loved the. I got out of there, man. I want to watch my kid play Little League because that's really, really cool. And it's a bummer that they lost and then his kids' team lost. It's like, ugh! You have those days, but let's rectify that today. And Michael King go out and shove against the Tigers and get him that first win.
And we'll see what the lineup looks like today. I thought, he said it's not rocket science, but it is. I mean, if you're talking about swing paths, that's a fairly new thing that teams look at more closely against where pitchers' arm angles are.
Sure.
He simplified it. Hey, if he's a low ball hitter and we get a low ball pitcher, let's get him higher up in the lineup against a guy like that. So I'm sure they're looking at all the numbers on Framber Valdez and what they think will work best for their players tonight.
Yeah, so far so good for the skipper, Craig Stammen. Listen, there's plenty of games to go. I want to go through some more baseball stuff after the Reindl Report. A lot of good stories yesterday. A lot of good.
I got one bad story.
A lot of good teams got smoked yesterday. It happens, man.
All right, final hour of our first show of our 9th year of Ben and Woods coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Nailed it. We're like our own version of the Beach Boys, right?
Barbershop. Well, we need one more for our
Harmonies.
quartet.
That's true. Megan's here.
Doesn't really qualify.
No?
I mean, I sound like Boomer Esiason. Are you sure about that?
Picking up good vibrations.
Final hour of Ben
Boomer
and Woods.
Esiason karaoke.
Excitation.
We are brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Our thanks again to Craig Stammen, the manager's report. Game 2 of the season, night game, 6:40 tonight,
Nice.
with Michael King pitching against Framber Valdez. It is also the scarf, the opening series scarf giveaway tonight, presented by Quidel Ortho. We gave away one of those during our opening day broadcast yesterday at Baja Rick's.
Yep.
Everyone else, you can get your opening day scarves tonight at Petco Park.
Okay.
You wanted to talk some baseball.
I thought we were going to do the Reindl Report.
But first,
Yes.
we can get to some headlines with the Reindl Report.
There we go.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Happy Friday,
Friday,
Paulie.
Friday. First Friday.
That's
of the
right.
year. Let's get started. We will a couple stories in Major League Baseball. How about a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad from yesterday that we haven't gotten to? How about we'll start with the good. Jacob Mizorowski looked pretty good, and the
Very
Brewers
good.
pitching staff in general looked pretty good.
How about their offense laying up 14 runs
yeah,
yesterday?
the Brewers just in general, they look pretty good now.
They were playing
Helps
the
you
White
playing
Sox.
the
They're
White
playing the
Sox.
White Sox. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yep. But Jacob Mizorowski had 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and 11 Ks. And the rest of the Brewers pitching staff, they combined for 20 strikeouts on opening day.
I mean,
Not bad.
Will Venable's White Sox, not great. Not how you want to start the season, getting bodied 14-2.
Yeah.
Quite the turnaround, because remember last year the Brewers started with a 4-2 loss to the Yankees, then a 20-9 loss, then a 12-3 loss, then an 11-1 loss to Kansas City Royals.
God.
Through 4 games, they were 0-4
Bodied.
and being outscored by more than 30 runs. And they ended up in the National League Championship Series and
Yeah.
had the best record in the National League. That's how they started last year. So
Crazy.
before you get
Stupid
overly
game.
panicked about
Anything.
anything on opening day, keep in mind last year 0-4 Brewers, who finished 97 wins and went to the NLCS, looked like they might be the worst team in baseball history through 4 games last year.
And then that was the good with the Milwaukee Brewers. The bad, the first one that I noticed yesterday, bad performance was, sorry, Woodsy, Paul Skeens.
Yes,
Yikes, what happened? Didn't even make it out of the first inning.
Who would have thunk that, man?
2/3 of the inning. Got 2 outs, gave up 4 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks. One of those outs was a strikeout.
Pretty incredibly bad defense behind him. O'Neal Cruz let a ball over his head. Then
Broke in, bases loaded.
Bases loaded.
You get the
The
Skeens
line
probably
drive.
gets the line drive for the final out, but he breaks in and goes over his head for a bases clearing triple.
Yeah.
It's not totally on Paul Skeens.
No.
But, O'Neal Cruz, they're converting him, obviously,
From a
with an
shortstop,
infielder,
yep.
shortstop. Did not take to it quite as well as Jackson Merrill
and
did
then
right away.
Same inning, ball hit up, a million feet in the air, runs in. You see his hand
Loses it.
come up to cover his eyes. He also, I don't think he had sunglasses on. And it drops, right by his glove, and more guys get on, more guys score. Pretty tough 2/3 of an inning for Paul Skeens, and they're not going to go anywhere if they play like that.
I saw Paul Skeens' career ERA.
Yeah, it
went
was
from 1.93 to 2.10, just
yes.
in 2/3 of an inning.
You know what his ERA on the season is? 67.50 right now.
6-7.
One of the stats I was in the preseason, like Jason Stark. No one since Walter Johnson has had a sub 2 ERA in 3 consecutive seasons. And it was something that, they were keeping an eye on Paul Skeens doing. It's going to be tough to get
Now
it
it's
down
gonna be
from
tough.
67 to under 2. He's going to have to go out and pitch, like 9 straight shutouts.
It's crazy.
to get back to the level where you can even think about that
Like,
now.
thanks, guys, for moving O'Neill. I know he wasn't a great shortstop, but, he's a really bad center fielder so far.
Is this really the best we got
This is
right
the
now?
best we can do. Brandon Lau for them, good player, picked him up. He had 2 bombs yesterday, but it just wasn't enough. They lost to the Mets 11-7. Freddie Peralta got the win. He's got a 7.20 ERA right now, so he didn't exactly pitch lights out
You
either.
got the win with a 7.20.
With a 7.20.
Right?
They just outslugged the Pirates, and they got a little lucky, too.
They also didn't walk guys.
They didn't walk
and
guys.
The Pirates walked 9 guys.
Can't walk 9 guys.
We learned that lesson well yesterday at Petco Park also.
It's more baseball here in a little bit. The NBA has a tanking problem. We've talked about it a little bit here over the last few months. You've really noticed it as the regular season begins to wind down. And Shams Charania with ESPN, he was writing about there are a few different proposals out there going around amongst the NBA and the Board of Governors on how do they combat tanking. And I don't know if they're going to be able to successfully do this. Now, I was skimming through all 3 of the proposals, and according to Shams, and it's all very mathematical. I'm trying to dumb it down, but it's got to do with the lottery and the draft and how that works. And like one of the proposals would be you take the bottom 18 teams. I think it's like 10 that don't make the playoffs, and then 8 that are the lowest qualified.
The play-in games.
Those teams, they still qualify for the draft, but for the lottery, equal shares though amongst everybody versus like, okay, you tank, you get the worst record in the league, you're guaranteed or at least have the highest chances of a number one
the
seed.
reason I think why they would include the play-in teams, remember it was the Mavericks a couple of years ago who tanked themselves out of the playoffs just so they could get into the lottery. Which I believe worked out pretty well.
It did. They got Cooper Flag out of the deal.
Out of it, but they don't want playoff teams to be tanking, so they're going to include them in the lottery going forward. That's one of the proposals.
The bottom, like it says here, the bottom 10 teams all have 8% chance equal. That's the way it is. And then the remaining 20% of the odds would be split amongst the other 8 teams in the lottery. So it's just a lot of how to evenly distribute the odds.
They don't want to really have any incentive to be absolutely god-awful, horrible, and bench all your players. Hey, if you're already one of the 3 or 4 worst teams, go ahead, try to win games at the end of the season. It's not going to affect your draft status later. The other 2 proposals are kind of the same. One of them makes it like 2 seasons combined is what your draft order is going to be, and that that should eliminate some tanking. I think they didn't do one of the fun ones. I love the idea that they do. I think it's in a women's league somewhere where once you're eliminated from the playoffs, the team that wins the most games gets the first pick in the draft.
Yes.
Which
After
means
you're eliminated.
really bad teams who are eliminated early have more time to win games and potentially get the first pick, but it really gives them an incentive to try to play well.
Because ultimately for the league, it's all about keeping fans in your buildings and still coming to your games.
That's right.
Even when you're the White Sox or the worst team in the NBA or whatever, they want to keep the fans engaged, and when you just know and feel that your team is just not even trying. And they're just tanking, and maybe we'll get the number 1 pick, maybe we won't. You don't even know when
that's the worst draft. Is you have this miserable season and you don't even get the number 1 pick.
Like the 4th pick, you're like, awesome, really cool.
A couple tier 1s say professional women's hockey league does it that way, where the team that wins the most games after they're eliminated gets the first pick in the draft.
Pretty solid.
And then finally, we'll wrap it up here. It's happened again. Netflix loves to do this. They like to sneak in those new raises on their prices. And sometimes you get an email, usually probably just delete it because you're like, oh, what is this about? Netflix has raised their price again for the 2nd time in less than 2 years now, and people are not happy about it.
God dang,
the prices previously went up last year. Right now, the standard plan with ads went up by $1, so it's $8.99 a month. And then the standard plan without ads and up to 2 devices went up by $2. That is now $19.99 a month if you want the no ads up to 2 devices, which, again, that's like your phone and 1 TV. But if you have multiple TVs, if you have an iPad, those are all devices. So you'd have to get yet another plan.
3 TVs in my house? You're kidding me.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot more devices connected to these things than you think about. Like,
oh my God.
Your phone, Hannah's phone.
It would be great.
All the iPads.
If there was one company that just came out and said, you know what? We want to keep you as customers. Like, just go the opposite way. Yeah, we want to make some money. We're not going to jack prices up on you every single effing year. Every year. Everywhere.
Jack your ad prices up.
Yeah, jack those
you know
up.
what I mean?
Make them pay more. Yeah.
You know, the people that are paying for the endorsements and ads and stuff that runs, like maybe jack those prices up and not keep killing your customers.
Makes me nuts.
But their costs are going up too. Like baseball games with Barry Bonds and Albert Pujols
cost money.
It costs a lot of money.
Costs a lot of money. That's what advertisers
pass
are for.
that along to consumers.
That's just crazy.
Well, we are also in that business. It's not always easy to get advertisers to pay.
Not.
Well, you start charging more for advertising, and all of a sudden the advertisers go away, and then you're not making any money at all.
Tatistic says they raised prices after just getting a $2.5 billion settlement.
So you turn $2.5 billion into $6 billion.
I didn't even get this email, which makes me wonder if I even pay for Netflix. I wonder if my missus does.
I do, and I don't remember getting an email. Again, it might have gone to spam or something like that.
Hey, let's raise everyone's prices and just send it all to spam, and they'll never know. I mean, how often do you look and be like, oh, you're used to paying $13.99 or whatever, and then all of a sudden it goes to $15.99 or $19.99.
I mean,
are you really going to notice?
You saw what happened with the Sirius XM.
Yes, yeah. I don't even know.
Years. I was paying like $30 a month more.
They're like,
I spent thousands of dollars that I just didn't need to spend.
Paulie calls them one day, like, bro, we can do this for $4 a month, man. Let's go. Let's get it done.
I was literally, like we talked about it, I was paying for the ability to have the in-satellite, in-car service. And I'm like, I don't use that. I plug my phone into my car and I stream it off the app. You're telling me that only costs $4 a month or whatever it is?
Such a clown show out there, man. Does anybody want to make life easier on the American public? That's what I want to know.
The premium plan right now for Netflix, it's up to 4 devices at once.
Yep.
Ultra HD. Went up again by $2. You're at $26.99 a month.
God, for Netflix. I don't know if it's worth it.
I don't use Netflix very much, but we keep it. We have the ad plan, which I hate.
Yeah, here's the other thing.
But I'm like,
Unsaturated Fats is this: if you're paying for a subscription, you should not have ads. I'm paying you for a subscription. There should be no ads, no ads.
Some ads with this one,
some ads with this one,
none with this one, and almost none with this one.
I like, if I don't mind watching a few commercials, I like knowing that I'm paying $5 less a month, and that's why I'm
but you're
watching
already
commercials.
paying for
It's not like
Hulu.
it's free,
right? You're paying for it.
You're also paying for your ESPN
You're
on
not
television.
paying for this, and you get it for free, but you got it with ads.
You're also paying for your ESPN on television, and you got commercials on that all the time.
It's true.
I mean, paying for things that have commercials is not new. It's not a new concept.
But that's part of cable. This is an app where I can watch. You know, this isn't a channel. This is a subscription-based service that I just paid you a subscription fee for. You know what I mean?
And they originally started ads.
And they started ads. No ads.
I know what you mean, but it's because they started without ads that people are mad.
All right,
if they just started with ads, I don't think anyone would even notice.
Happy birthday to Ben and Woods. It's now $14.99 to listen to this show every day.
Yeah.
God.
With commercials.
With commercials. So terrible.
$69.99 a month, and we'll get you no commercials.
I'm more confused.
I'll do it
by
topless for $69.99.
Like, I don't know how many devices we're supposed to have, because sometimes it's fine. I'll log in and I'll put on Netflix, and then sometimes I'll log in and it says you have too many devices right now, and I got to go ask the kids, are you watching our Netflix account?
Can you delete yours?
My son in Seattle, are you watching the Netflix account? Is someone watching on their phone? Why can't I watch Netflix right now?
I've done that just by myself.
Like I always do.
It's like still connected to my office TV, even though that TV's turned off. It still thinks it's on or something.
I'm not paying. I'm not cheating. It still says that I can't watch my Netflix, and I don't know why.
Everywhere I go, every price is higher. Everywhere I go. I went to get a haircut today. Just as of February, so $10 more. All right, fine.
It's the American way right now.
American way, man. Jack it up.
Yeah.
Jack it up and let us feel it. Baseball cards, so expensive. Everything's jacked up.
They were doing haircuts in the Padres clubhouse on the day before opening day. You know, the barber's chair that they have.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, are those free? Can you go
you
grab a
tip,
free haircut with a tip?
Yeah.
Well, I asked, I don't know, AJ Cassavell, I think was in there, and he's in there way more than we are. And I go, is that like the team brings in a guy to help him, or is it like that's Manny's guy, and then Wandy Peralta has his guy that comes in and does his hair before a game, or like they all share like one couple of guys? I don't know. AJ goes, I'm not sure. I've
kind of an interesting. I would read that story.
I'd be interested
team
in it.
barber.
Yeah, team barber.
Yeah. It looked
A lot
cool.
of guys were getting it tight with some lines on the side.
Yeah.
Guys
And then there was a
do the
point where he
fades.
wasn't cutting anybody's hair because they were all getting ready to go work out, and he was just kind of sitting there on his phone. And I was like, Ben, go ask him for a haircut.
Free.
Hey, can you
Sure,
fix
if
this,
it's free, I mean,
Chairman
you know.
Mel?
I would imagine that a barber would like compete for the chance to go in and cut the hair of professional baseball players just for the chance that someone might tip pretty well out of that group with a $300 million contract.
Correct.
So yeah, it's probably a plum gig if you can get it. Clubhouse barber to a Major League Baseball club. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, Woods wants to call it the baseball whip-around.
We'll do something. Baseball something.
That's a working title for now, but we want to talk more about opening day, not just at Petco Park, but elsewhere. Get to that coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
This, and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Final hour of Ben and Woods on our 8th anniversary.
Happy anniversary, buddy.
Our first show. Happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary, Paulie.
Happy anniversary.
I didn't bring you guys anything. I was going to.
I was so worried when I got up this morning. I thought, I didn't get him anything. I didn't do anything. But I thought, there's no way after opening day yesterday that any of us was in the shape to go and plan.
It's not a good time of year to have like if our anniversary was
July,
October 1st or something, playoffs.
Let's move
it.
But
like, you know what I mean?
We can't
move it.
Let's move it to an
can't change
empty
history.
time of
It
the
happened.
year.
No,
this is when it happened.
No,
but having
unfortunate.
opening day move further back into this week in March, it's like now that's a lot. It's a lot.
It
all for
was.
one week.
I was looking. I'm not joking when I say I was looking around the kitchen to see what I could bring as like a gift, and I'm like, does Ben want this giant vat of Gentleman Jack? I don't think so. Maybe he'll like this bottle of wine from the hitching post. You probably would have liked that. Yeah, that bottle of wine.
I said I
Paulie?
would go get a cake, and then I was so tired once I sat down. I said, never mind.
Tired.
I was so
After opening
tired.
day.
And I thought about bringing Paulie some cards and stuff, but I'm like, he's got cards. And it would have been a total regift. You would have like, hey, here, take this sweatshirt. This is nobody can find this anyway.
Gotcha.
You always
tequila
Yeah, I
shirt.
got you said tequila shirt.
You reach the point, and I love this point in a relationship where you don't really need to give
It's
anything
true.
and get anything, and you're just all happy that you made it another year together.
That's right. I mean, this Valentine's Day, I'm not kidding you. When I tell you my wife and I were like, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, you too. And that was literally it.
Yeah.
No cards, no candy, no chocolate, no flowers. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, you too. Love you. And that was
Maybe
the
like
extent.
pizza delivered or
That
something.
was the
Yeah, we're
extent
just
of
like,
it.
I don't want to do anything.
Like fist bump. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, we go big for Christmas. We go pretty big on birthdays. And for us, we go big for each other on birthdays and stuff. But the anniversary bit, hey, man, I'm just happy we made it. And we're still in here grinding together. Makes me very happy.
We've got you presents out there, though, in the form of Bob Dylan tickets, because I've got another 2 to give away here. If you want to be our 4th caller at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, 2 tickets to see Bob Dylan at the Rady Shell on June 21st. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. 84-year-old Bob Dylan. While you call in, did have some breaking baseball news earlier this hour. Former San Diego Padre and Chicago Cub and other teams, Jason Hayward has announced his retirement. Loved when we got to meet Jason at spring training a couple years ago.
Indeed.
Obviously, didn't work out the way the Padres were hoping. He could not.
We can look back and like say, I personally, I felt like it was, we just knew it wasn't probably going to last with the Padres last year, but it was so fun to meet him. And you're like, this is probably the only time we're going to talk to Jason Hayward.
Yeah. And
I'm so glad that we did.
He talked about his speech at the World Series. I mean, it was just such a great interview, and not because of us. It was because of him. He was, it was fantastic. One of the interviews in my mind that has stuck out over the years, and happy for him. He had a great career, man. He's got a ring, and had a really good career. He's very well respected around the league as well. So great to meet him. Happy for him. Enjoy retirement.
Absolutely. A fantastic career, really.
Fantastic.
A really great career for Jason Hayward.
100%. Great dude.
A couple other baseball notes from yesterday. Obviously, the Los Angeles Dodgers opened their season. They actually got 1 hit for the first 4 innings by Zach Gallen.
Yeah, he looked really sharp until he didn't.
And then they broke through very quickly with a 4-run 5th inning. Andy Pajes hit a 3-run home run.
Those will help, I hear. If you get a 3-run homer, can really help the bottom line there.
Will Smith went deep later in the game. And while Yoshinobu Yamamoto wasn't necessarily dominant, good enough. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs.
Take that every time.
6 strikeouts to get the win. It was also the debut of the NBC Peacock package of national baseball. I did not get to watch really any of that game, but would you watch some of the game on NBC last night?
Yes.
Dodger love
any thought? No. It's you always have to study your enemy. That's the art of war. But any thoughts on the broadcast in particular? It was Jason Benetti.
Yep, he's
and then
amazing.
they had one representative from each team in the booth, Oral Hershiser and Luis Gonzalez from the Diamondbacks.
Oral was as insufferable as always.
Okay.
Luis Gonzalez was fine.
Oral's not usually insufferable.
What?
Paulie was making a joke. I got that one. I got that one before you did.
You got that
one before you did.
What is happening?
Jason Benetti's always great.
You tell I'm hungover. Holy
Yeah.
cow, I missed that entirely.
And then they had their sideline, their dugout reporter, Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
You were not looking forward to that.
No.
And why the hesitancy?
I liked it.
Oh, no.
I did. I thought he did a really good job.
You liked
it. I liked it. He was good.
the broadcast with Kershaw.
I
You liked Kershaw.
I thought he did a really, really good job. I can't sit here and say that he was terrible because, well, he wasn't. He was really good.
I didn't watch, so I'm going to say he was terrible.
I wish that they had Oral, I don't know, handing out peanuts, and Clayton was actually up there because I'll tell you, his insight was good. He was confident. He spoke well. I watched the Netflix broadcast. You see Anthony Rizzo the other night, who was like, I think it was a good play. Hit a ground ball down there. They caught it, and that'll get you an out every time. And I was like, bro, speak up. Like, what are we doing here?
Anthony,
he was
a minute Rizzo.
He was a little nervous, but Kershaw was good, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I see what you're doing.
What?
I see what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything. That's my honest opinion.
I know you are, but you're throwing in a little honest objectivity so that all the other bad things you say about the Dodgers are also honestly objective.
Here's the thing, dude. I don't like the sound of Joe Davis's voice. I think he's the most overrated broadcaster. And if he was the Orioles announcer, I would tell you the same thing if they jammed him down our throats for national games. I would tell you. I don't think he's good at his job, and he talks like this, and he's boring as balls, dude. He's so boring. And I don't understand the love for him. I just don't. It has nothing to do with the LA Dodgers. Nothing. Oral Hershiser, I've never liked him. I thought he was a jerk. I think he's a jerk on his broadcast. I listened
Smarmy.
Smarmy.
Yeah,
I listened to Kershaw last night, and I went, dude, he sounded good. And the insight he gave was spectacular. And I was like, all right. I mean, trust me, I was not happy about this.
I see what you're doing, but that means now that Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser can't go Padre hack. He just hates everything Dodger related. Because now they go, wait,
he likes Kershaw.
He likes Clayton Kershaw on the broadcast. He thinks he's really good, but he still thinks we're two of the worst broadcasters in baseball.
Well, and the other thing is like, and you know, we talk all the time about the guys that broadcast that literally hate baseball. Ex-players, they hate it. They're like, they're like, I hate this is the worst. These guys suck. They're all pansies. This is awful. I can't believe he did that. Like, this game blows. And it's every broadcast. But you listen to Kersh and you go, that guy friggin' loves baseball. And you can tell he doesn't want to be done playing baseball. He does not want to be done. And I'm listening to him going, listen to him talking about pitch sequencing and things like that. That stuff I need to know. That stuff I can use. Not, well, back in my day, we would never do, like, I want to know what is going through his mind. And he was so he was honest. He was like, oh, dude, like I put all my stock in Will Smith. Will Smith called my pitches for me and I executed them, and that was it. And he was refreshing.
One of the things I love everything about Mud, but he never does that.
Never.
He loves today's ball players.
He loves today's ball
appreciates
players
them so much.
Donnie too, man.
Didn't get to watch him yesterday because I was at the game the whole time. Looking forward to tonight when I get to actually settle in, since I'm not going to the game, to a Don and Mud regular season broadcast. Oh, by the way, just got a text in from Mark Grant. Says, happy anniversary.
What does it say?
Bitches.
I wonder if Mud even knows he was going up against Woods in the tournament of draws.
I don't know. He was probably pretty busy with the opening day prep. Yes, Mud, you have finished second place in the 7th annual Ben & Woods Tournament of Drops. Paulie, if he's listening right now, if you could play the runner-up this year that fell in the championship match in our Tier 1 vote.
It's so long and big, Donnie.
Yep.
Almost, Mud. You almost had it. It was a close vote, but you fell in the championship to our new winner, Stephen Woods.
Yes. It's so long and big, Donnie.
That's very large. Come crank your hog.
Our winner, Stephen Woods.
The winner.
Yeah, congratulations.
So yeah, I listen. I'm not. Again, being objective and being informed during a broadcast by a guy that actually likes the game. It was a refreshing take. It really was. There was none of this back in my day stuff, none of it. And I thought he did a great job, man. Give credit where credit is due. He really did. And I was not happy about my take. I put it in, texted a buddy the same thing. He's like, oh, cool. Very cool. And I'm like, hey, I just call him like I see him.
All right, we'll take a timeout. There were also some incredible performances by not just Kevin McGonigal, but some other rookies in baseball yesterday. We can finish our baseball talk and set the stage for Game 2 tonight. Look at the Padres-Tigers matchup. All coming up. Final segment
weekend.
of Better Woods.
No Sunday baseball, right?
None.
Just today and tomorrow.
Zero.
And then
And a
no
day off
Padres game on Sunday. And then we'll be back on Monday.
Right.
It's going to be weird.
So,
Very weird.
get your baseball fix in the next couple of days. Get your Ben and Woods fix in. And we'll tell you where you can find us tomorrow morning as well. All coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player. This is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Our thanks again to the manager of the San Diego Padres, Craig Stammen, and Darren Smith joined us earlier as well. Our guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking. It is better, and we invite you to join us tomorrow morning, a special Saturday broadcast of Ben and Woods. We will be live in the Gas Lamp or in the East Village at Far Corner, right there on the corner of J and 10th, I believe, starting at 10 a.m. until noon. Broadcast all day long. It's the block party. Before the Padres take on the Detroit Tigers at 5:40 tomorrow afternoon. But looking forward to trying the food. They got pizzas, they got sandwiches, they've got wings, and we will be on the air for 2 hours on a Saturday.
Piece of cake. 2 hours standing on our head. You going to prep it all? It's going to come in and wing it.
So I rarely prep for the Saturday show, but then I really wish that I had, because
once we get in there.
Oh, yeah.
10:40, I'm going to go.
And I know that, but I'm not going to change
about?
anything.
Well, we'll be able to break down tonight's game. Yeah, obviously, we'll talk some Padres, and then we'll just figure it out from there.
Yeah, we always do.
There's also
been doing it for 8 years.
Obviously,
St. John's and Duke.
Yeah, basketball tonight. You got
Ben.
four more games. The Elite Eight will be set after tonight's 4 more matchups. Yeah, St. John's. Duke leads things off.
That will be a good game to watch.
Alabama,
are you going to be able
Michigan.
to? What do you got going on?
I got Little League tonight. Game's at 6:30, so I'm bummed.
Oh, so you're going to miss the Padres.
I'm going to miss the Padres game, but I will record it and come back and watch it because I want to see every pitch of Michael King's return to the mound.
Yep.
I'm not going to check my phone during the game. I never do. I'm going to stay dialed in, trying to stay undefeated. Not that matters. Not that matters. I'm just here for fun and development.
The late games tonight are Michigan State, UConn, and then Tennessee, Iowa State. Iowa State's assistant J.R. Blount is the new coach of USD.
That's right.
He'll be there. And then we have the other 2 Elite Eight matchups were set yesterday. It'll be Purdue against Arizona. Purdue had a last-second tip-in to win by Trey Kaufman-Wren to lift the Boilermakers into the Elite Eight as they beat Texas. Arizona just scored like they always do, like 100-plus points in routing Arkansas. And then Iowa beat Nebraska, so a 9 seed actually making it to the Elite Eight. Hawkeyes, and they'll play Illinois in an all Big Ten Elite Eight matchup. The 4th place team from the Big Ten against the 9th place team.
I was watching
from
that
the Big
game
Ten.
a little bit yesterday. Illinois has a Stojakovic, a Mirovic, and I think it was Isevich, all on the court at the same time.
Did they all grow up in Peoria and just stayed home in Illinois? Or no?
Are they related to the
Peja Stojakovic?
Peja's kid?
That is his son. And then I don't know the other 2.
NIL is a powerful thing. You can get players from anywhere and all over the world. All right, let's check traffic while Woods tries to turn down his audio of his computer, and then we'll wrap things up with a little more baseball talk here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Not too bad of a wrap-up for our morning drive. Just watch out for a stalled car northbound 125 before Lemon. It's in the center divide. Looks like it may have had a blowout. So just take it extra carefully there. Move over lane if it's safe to do so. That's northbound 125 right before Lemon. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so let me ask you a question, Woods. How much did your net worth go up yesterday based on the results of some of your rookie card players that you have? Because it was a phenomenal day for rookies. And it wasn't just Kevin McGonigal's 4 for 5 for the Tigers. You had rookies all over baseball having massive first games of their careers.
That went up. It's weird how the market works sometimes. The market, how it works sometimes. But you do see an influx of, like, the day Connor Griffin hit 2 home runs in a spring training game, his cards tripled. Like, it's just the same day. It's crazy how it works.
People see the box score or they get the notification on their phone.
They're like, oh my God.
And they go, I should probably get some Connor Griffin cards.
Get some of these. Yeah.
Chase
DeLauter's nasty.
Of the Cleveland Guardians hit 2 home runs, right?
Yep.
So technically it was his major league debut.
Because he appeared in the playoffs.
But he appeared in the playoffs only last year.
That's right. It was like the Adrian Morejon, right?
Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers did that for the Padres a few years ago during the pandemic. So this was technically his big league debut.
Yeah.
When you look on, like, in history, they will say he debuted, because in the playoffs that doesn't count toward your stats. In fact, you don't even get paid in the playoffs. I mean, if you get a playoff share, you might get paid later, but this is actually the first day he's getting paid to be a baseball player, and he hits 2 home runs for the Cleveland Guardians.
JJ Weatherholt hit one for the Cardinals as well. They won, beat the Rays 9-7. I'm glad I don't bet on baseball anymore, because there were a couple yesterday where I would have probably ridden pretty heavy, and one of them being the Chicago Cubs at home, opening day against the Nats, the lowly Nats. And they got smoked, 10-4 Nationals. And one of the most interesting stats I think I've ever seen in my whole life was Ian Happ yesterday. Hit a ball in Wrigley Field. It was 109 off the bat, 32 degrees launch angle. You couldn't hit it better.
Ian Happ.
The wind that was howling at Wrigley Field yesterday cost this kid 113 feet of distance. Didn't go out. 113 feet is a third of the way out to left field. I mean, so he hits a tank. Any other ballpark, any other day, that ball is on the street out on Waveland Avenue.
What was the other stat, the insane stat that we were talking about from Jason Stark?
Johan
Duran.
I couldn't even believe this, but someone tweeted that it's the first time that any Phillies player has gotten a save at home in the first game of the season. Is that what it was?
I sent it to you guys yesterday. I'll find it.
It
was kind of nuts.
I think it was Jason Stark. He said,
it was Jason Stark. It says, this seems impossible, but Johan Duran just became the first Phillies reliever ever to save a game at home on opening day. Ever. The first Phillies reliever to ever save a game at home on opening day.
Philly They probably don't host a lot of opening days.
Right.
True.
That's true.
Like, not their home opener, but like
just
true
the actual
opening day.
That's
They're probably usually on the road, so they don't have as many as, say, the Padres.
So here we go. Right here. Was curious about this. Crazy. So I went deeper to contextualize. Since saves became an official stat in 1969, the Phillies have had 9 home opening day wins, 3 walk-offs, 5 non-save situation wins, including 1 complete game shutout by Chris Short in 1970, and now their first save at home on opening day of all
right,
time.
so 8 games without a save is not an insane stretch to not have a save in 8 straight wins. It's a little unusual, but
it's unusual.
It's not unheard of. It's just weird that it's never happened on opening day.
Right.
You mentioned the Ian Happ home run that was taken away by the wind. Wasn't even the biggest home run robbery yesterday. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros, they were playing at home against the Angels, and they had the roof closed at Daikin Park, hit an absolute just monstrous shot down the line and right, so high and so far that it hit the roof and bounced into the crowd foul. Now, it was going to be a home run, but the ground rules at Daikin Park say that the roof is part of the field. So because it landed foul, it was just a foul ball. The Astros reviewed it, but there was nothing they could do.
If it lands fair, is it fair?
If it lands fair, it's a fair ball. If it goes over the fence, it's a home run.
But
this was going to be like a 430-foot home run down the line.
Oh my God!
And the roof knocked it down, and it just turned into a foul ball. And I think he struck out instead. Which that is a tough way to lose a home run on your own roof.
Stinks.
Plus, it was a nice 80-degree day in Houston. They could have had the roof open.
What are you doing, man?
But they had it closed, and it cost them a home run. And the Angels ended up winning that game 3-0.
Yeah, shut them out.
Jose Soriano pitched well, but Mike Trout, home run and 3 walks.
It's good to see,
haven't
man.
talked much about Mike Trout the last few years, and you don't really expect him to have a full, healthy season, but he was the best player on the planet for a good decade stretch without really much competition.
Now you wonder if he can stay healthy. Is this the year he gets flipped to a contender at the deadline to try to make a run for a World Series? Maybe even the Philadelphia Phillies, his beloved.
I also wonder, does he even want that?
Does he even
he's had
want
every opportunity
He
to
did.
leave,
He signed a huge
and
extension.
He just loves being where he's at.
Rough day for our pal Skip Schumacher, but kind of to be expected with Christopher Sanchez, who's my pick for the Cy Young, on the mound yesterday. He was unbelievable. Skip drops his debut 5-3 to the Phillies.
Couple other good pitching performances. Garrett Crochet was really good for the Red Sox against the Reds. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, no runs. And Trevor Rogers, who I don't think gets a lot of talk, but he had a really good season last year, and he started his second season here with the Orioles, 7 shutout innings and a 2-1 win over the Twins.
Yep. And like I just said, the Cardinals, not expected to win that game yesterday against the Rays. They did, went out and won 9-7, a home run from Weatherhold. And then the Guards beat the Mariners at home yesterday, 6-4.
One baseball note from yesterday as well, the Chicago Cubs gave Nico Horner a 6-year contract extension.
That's right.
So they've gotten some business done with Pete Crow Armstrong and Nico Horner here at the first stages of the season. He's not
good player.
He's not someone that you think of when you go, "Ooh, superstar," but
he's a good, solid dude, man.
I remember in the playoffs last year, it's Nico Horner is a problem. He is a problem for sure. They've decided to keep him around for the long term. So you did have another one of those early season deals that they were reached, probably negotiating during spring training and then kind of announced right around opening day or on opening day in this case.
So again, I mean, there's a lot of disappointed fan bases. It's not just us on opening day. If you're a Cubs fan and you took the day off yesterday to go out to opening day, you're like, guaranteed dub against these Nationals. You got killed. You got absolutely smoked. The wind definitely was a factor, but didn't hurt the Nationals. They were hitting home runs and having a field day. Matthew Boyd was not sharp at all. Paul Skeens was not sharp at all. Didn't get a lot at yesterday either.
Paul Skeens.
Still love Paul Skeens. I did go against him, though, for the Cy Young.
I'm sure the Mariners, high expectations.
100%,
at home.
dude.
Logan Gilbert on the mound. They're expecting to win their opener at home, and they lose to the Guardians.
Yeah.
So opening day, crazy things happen.
Yep.
Yeah, losing to Tarek Skubal is not exactly a shocker for anyone on any game of the season. The Padres would like to come back, though. They still could win the series. This will be obviously a mandatory win if you're going to do that, though, with Michael King on the mound tonight. We last saw him throwing, 17 pitches in the playoff game against the Cubs there. I think it was the last game of the season when they were eliminated. So hopefully Michael King can start what will be a very productive season after signing with the Padres in the offseason, his free agent contract.
He came out in relief.
Yeah,
right?
Came on in relief and threw that inning in the game in which the Padres were eventually eliminated 3-1.
And it was so nice to get home from the game yesterday and have real meaningful baseball on. I couldn't get enough. Like I said, I watched that entire Dodger game on that started at 5:30, and it was awesome. We lost our power last night for an hour and a half. It just everything, our whole street and a lot of Encinitas lost their power. Yeah, an hour and a half. I just went to bed. I went to bed, woke up, it was back on. I was like, I'm going to sleep. Because if I sit up and think about this all night, I'm
when you go to bed, though, you don't remember what it was all on, and it all just goes on.
It just
in the
goes
middle
on
of the night when the power comes back on.
My wife gets up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't too worried about it.
Luckily, you had some juice on your phone.
Yep, had juice on the phone.
If you had to charge it.
Back in the day, if you had an alarm clock and the power went out at night, and you had an early morning,
You gotta sit up.
You look and the clock's dead, and you go, "Oh no, what time is it? I've got no idea. Am I late for work? What's going on?"
It's crazy. It's crazy. So it just everything just went pew, and walked outside. Everyone on the street was like, "What's going on?" They had 680 calls or something in queue at SDG&E yesterday. Lost it in Carlsbad. The Little League.
Don't open the fridge.
The Little League lights went off in the middle of a game at Encinitas Little League. So they're like, all right, we'll pick these games up another time. It's pretty creepy.
That happened at Qualcomm once. Too.
Yeah, I remember that. Happy anniversary, boys. I love you both very much.
Boys. 8 years.
Tier 1s, love you guys. Couldn't do it without you.
Again, it is Ben and Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We will talk to you tomorrow morning from Far Corner in the East Village from 10 to noon. Until then, for executive producer Paul Reindl, Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Have a great weekend.